saying, so we
She
can
said press the
document this a
button.
feu times over, along with
Jesus.
reactions.
Oh my goodness.
I'm like, what is happening?
Oh my
Okay,
god.
so I'm gonna put the link in the doc, the YouTube link I'm speaking of.
Okay, perfect.
This is the frolicking truth. That's not who I need to be talking to right now. Oh, see, this is why I was supposed to be playing the elevator music.
Oh, because we
I
get
knew it was the
focused
reason
and
I
then
had
we
that
stop.
up. Yeah.
And then we stop.
Okay,
We're like,
see.
okay, working.
Yeah,
Working
and then people just be sitting here looking at us, look
looking
at
at us,
us
looking at
like,
right.
no, let's give you guys because you're in the lobby, technically, right? So it's like, let's put them in the
That's
lobby.
true.
So we have to figure out, our lobby music.
We
All
do.
right.
Yes, Lord.
So let
I made
me.
a song. Speaking of music, I made a song for my mom for Mother's Day today.
Oh, you
Or
did?
we made a song through Suno with my mom.
Uh-huh.
And so got to play it
I
for
did.
her, and she got to
Oh,
listen
that
to it
was
and like
cute.
it. It was really sweet. I was just like, because I wrote the prompt and like what I wanted and just like the whole thing, so I could get lyrics that I really liked and resonated and could adjust. And
Uh-huh.
so literally like the first section, the first little, and I'm like in tears already. I was like, okay, I can't even get through reading this out loud, let alone put music behind it. So I was just like, okay, focus, like be a thug and get your shit together. It was really cute. She seemed to enjoy it. That was what
Oh my
mattered.
gosh.
I was like, speaking of
Yeah,
music,
that's awesome.
yeah.
Okay, I put the link. Oh, and I also need to drop it in here, but I think it's too late for that right now.
All right. Mm, mm, mm,
Can
mm.
you hear the music?
I can. That was the. Oh,
Okay,
you can't
cool.
see.
I
You
want to
probably
make
not
sure.
looking at me. I
I'm,
was
I'm
like,
not on that
I was like,
screen.
you probably not looking at me, but my shoulders was just a shimmy.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you're feeling the vibe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was in there. I was dying at that video you sent me of like what we see versus what the kids see about the old artists. How
I
old.
know, it's so
But I was like, damn it! How
disrespectful.
dare they get old and embarrass us? Because they were so. But
It's
these children
so
don't understand.
disrespectful.
Like it's really good. They're like they
It
just
is so
see genuine
disrespectful.
falling off the stages. But meanwhile, Smokey Robinson is still working his shimmy on the stage, child, wherever he get a
Girl, and
chance.
gyrating all over the place. Like, what in the world is happening here?
Oh, no
It
shame
is
at all.
so
At all.
wild.
I'm like, now is he in like practice? Like, are they doing choreography and they're like 5, 6, 7, 8, or do they just say, just
Or
go do
is
what you
this
do?
freestyling
You
in the
know,
moment? I'm going to know what to do. I've been doing this for 72
I've been
years.
I've
It's
been
been
doing
longer than
this
that. Didn't
my
he start when
whole
he was a
life.
kid?
He did. He
How
did.
when he's I
Now,
thought so.
let's see. Let's see where Smokey got his start. Because he was in several like bands and iterations and all the things before he eventually was out by himself. When did Smokey Robinson,
Um
let's see, start performing? I guess we'll call it that.
Oh my God, my brain people are.
How
It's a
old?
time up in here right now.
Uh-oh. What
It's
they
a
trying
good
to
thing,
sort out.
but
Oh, okay.
it's a time. My goodness, because I'm trying to focus on this task, and then so I'm also
Ah,
they're also like, we gotta do this too. It's
it's
gonna be
happening
amazing.
right now.
Like that's what's like that's what
Oh,
is going on.
I love
Oh
it.
my God.
He was 15. He met Barry
Okay.
Gordy when he was 17. we now have that piece of trivia in case anyone ever
You
gets
said
that
how
down.
old?
15 when he started performing, but he met Berry Gordy at 17.
When he was 17. Okay. Cool. All right, so let me save this right quick. I don't remember what the doggone naming nomenclature formula, if you will, for the episodes. And so that's what I've been sitting here trying to navigate myself over to the doggone playlist to figure that out.
Oh.
And then they're running around in my head like, oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. And I'm like, yo, bro.
Like, relax,
bro,
focus, lock in.
I need to finish this part. Like, right, I need, we're gonna have the time for that. I just need to finish this part, please.
Like, help.
Gee, Willikers.
We will get there.
Chill.
I'm gonna get some.
Country.
Can't keep a girl down. Don't you worry.
Okay, so that's been updated in YouTube. So now I gotta go over to Patreon.
Okay, that's no longer blowing in my face, so that's helping the sound.
I had heard it for a minute, but I can't hear it anymore.
Okay, perfect. TV is not in there. Perfect. Girl.
What?
I'm like, where is it? Yeah, think we in business. Think we in business, Jack.
Who is Jack?
You said who is Jack?
Yeah. Because Jack did a lot of shit. So who is Jack? You said, I think we're in business, Jack. Are you frozen? I got a screenshot of this. Oh my God, that was so funny. Kalonda. What happened? Unmute.
I was like, now don't do that, Jesus. What was that? I wasn't.
What happened?
I think the internet just dropped. I think it literally just was like, and then came back. And I'm like, what? I wasn't touching nothing. I was just trying to get my little fruit snacks. Not sponsored by Welch's, but come on in the room. But like, it had nothing
so
to do
look,
with
I had asked you, mind you, I'm not on the page, right? I'm over here doing whatever I'm doing on this side.
Right.
And so you had said, we in business, Jack. And then I took that in. And then a couple of seconds later, I said, who is Jack? And I was like, like, Jack did a lot of shit. So like,
right.
Like,
why is Jack the name?
Who was Jack? And so then I was like, you hear me talking to you? I said, can you hear me? Wait.
Like, am I muted?
Wait.
Like, it must be me.
Wait a minute. I'm about to show you because I took a screenshot, but I want to reenact it.
Oh no!
Wait.
Oh no! Oh God! can't even imagine what this is gonna look like.
No, wait, I'm going to reenact it first. So I come back over.
Jesus.
Wait, I got to get my giggles out.
Oh man.
Thing. Okay, focus. Get in the zone. Okay,
Okay.
so I come back over here. Hold on, these damn trumpets is blowing my fucking eardrums to shit.
Girl.
Or what is that? A saxophone? Relax, nigga. Relax.
Not the saxophones are getting louder.
Why that be happening every time when I get to talking? Everything want to turn up. Relax.
Google start talking to you. The music kick in.
Jeez. So anyway, okay. So I'm like, who is Jack? Right? So I come back over here and I'm like, you know how? So now it looks like you're like listening intently, like. So I said,
you just in there talking to yourself, child.
So I said, you know how people be saying Jack, because now I'm looking at you, right? So I'm like, you know how people be saying Jack, some, and you're just like, I said, are you frozen? Are you thinking? What is happening? And at that moment, you dropped.
Girl, I thought you were about to send me, because you know sometimes when the internet buffers, it'll catch you in the weirdest, most wild frames. No. So I had no idea what you were looking at.
No, it was. Let me find the screenshot. Let me see if I can know how to pull it up.
That was
here.
scary.
Okay. I said, let me take a picture of this because I'm not going to be able to describe this the way that I need to describe it. And like right after I did that, it was like, here it is. Okay, is this it? You can see it. So it looked like you're like,
go ahead.
I'm thinking.
Tell me more.
Okay, yeah. Yes, I said, are you listening or are you frozen? Are you thinking, what is happening? And then it said, bloom. I said, oh, she's gone.
She's not here.
No way.
Christina's not here. Christina.
Oh, I was like, where is that from? Which one is it? Is Diary of the Mad Black Woman?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, I get the titles confused, but with Charles Ass.
Yes, him, girl, forever the bad guy.
Dude, and now you know what I didn't know is he's got a brother. Now this would not be sounding like somebody's auntie. It'd be pissing me off though, because I be sounding so old. He's got a brother that's in the industry as well. Wood Harris, I believe, because his name is Steve. His name is Steve Harris. Don't nobody really be knowing. No, wait, no. Maybe I'm getting him confused with the guy from Why Did I Get Married?
Oh, I think he's the one who's like, y'all be mad at my brother, and then I get.
Because it's Steve Harris and Wood Harris. Is that the same man?
I'm like,
I can't remember now.
Oh.
I think I'm not thinking about the man. I think I put in the man from Why Did I Get Married? I think he might be another man. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me unconfuse my brain.
Girl.
Hold on.
We're going to see if it come up.
Trivia question too.
Because I might also have a confession, 1102. That I realized
I saw it.
After last night when you were doing your poetry, your Kim Slam.
Oh, my poetry.
Your Kim poetry slam. I was like, all right then, you better get it.
Girl, I can't tell you how many times I've watched that freaking movie. And it is it's one of the things I have a lot of wounds that I need to heal from people that have made me either get rid of shit. Wait. All right.
I did the same thing.
I was like, where's the chat? Because I was trying to make sure that people are here so we can get it together.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
wait.
we chapping it,
Hold on.
chopping it
I'm
up.
trying to do a couple things. Hold that. Hold that for me. Hold that. Um, what's this man? What's this name of this? Why did I get married? Did I get married? What is this man's name? This no, okay, see, I put him in there. His name is Richard T. Jones. Okay, he can
Oh,
also go
just
to hell.
jokes.
Well, his character,
His
because the way
character,
he did
but
Sheila,
he
I don't
don't
want his
want
shit else. I don't want
nobody
to hear
ever.
shit else.
He
You
gets
know who
shit
else
up
I
in
feel
that
like that
shirt.
about? You know who else I feel like that about? Do you know who else I'm about to message you? I'm about to message you.
Oh my god!
That I
Ah!
also feel like that about
Yes,
him. Go to
yes,
hell.
yeah, straight.
I don't care.
Ah,
Straight.
straight,
But no,
straight.
okay,
Do
so
not
now
pass go.
Steve Harris. Hold on. Steve Harris.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Forever. I don't care what else happens. Forever.
Look, they gonna be like, chat us on the side. I'm not telling y'all. Okay, wait. Let me look up Wood Harris. Kalonda, you ever saw Forever by the Netflix series Forever?
Which one
It
is
just
that?
came out recently. It's
Is it the
based on
kid?
the book by Judy Blume.
It was.
Yeah.
Did I watch it? That's the question.
You gotta watch it. We gonna watch it during the season
Because I
one
know we had
podcast. You
talked
don't know what
about
that
it.
is yet, but I'm gonna tell you.
Okay. Um,
We
I know
definitely
we had
talked
talked
about it because
about it.
I was the ambassador of, hey, did you
Yes,
watch
because you were
Did
like,
you
"Hey,
watch
this is
did you
amazing. Like all the things like needs to be a curriculum." But now I'm having an actual block on whether I sat down and watched it because I'm like, you definitely spoke about it very highly, but I don't. I'm not pulling a memory of it, so I'm gonna say no. But I'll let you know if that's real life because I
No
almost
problem.
feel
We're
like
gonna
I had
watch it.
intended
Mara
to.
Brock Akil
Hmm.
produced it,
Uh,
and I'm gonna tell you the rest of this during the episode
okay.
because we got to get I have to let me use I statements because I'm the problem. I got to
No.
get my shit together over here. But before that, I need to shout out my brain people because I think this is extremely important to anybody who out there be saying I don't be remembering shit. I just want you to
Hey,
know that I was right and I was in the pocket. You feel me?
you was
So
in there.
Wood Harris, okay, the daddy that was in the series Forever, his brother is Steve Harris, which is the one that played Charles. And what's the
uh,
name of it? What's it called?
Diary of a Mad Black
Diary
Woman.
of a Mad Black Woman. I
Hmm.
made them connections and I got the names correct and I got the relations correct.
That's
And I
impressive.
caught the error when I tried to put Richard T. Jones in there. I just
You
need to
did.
let the record reflect. I don't want to hear, y'all can't tell
Where's
me
your
shit else.
soundboard?
You understand? Oh, where's my soundboard? Where's my soundboard? Wait a minute. Hold
You
on.
gotta, we got you, we got you.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Is my mic, yeah, is my microphone on?
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, girl.
Woo!
I did that.
So
Okay. Oh
while you do your
shit.
thing and
Look,
press your button,
they
I'm
was
gonna tell,
probably over here in the chat trying to go
they still
ahead.
trying to figure out what you sent on the side. The my confession. So while you were saying your the performance of the piece, I was like, you know, I feel
Oh,
like
my
I had
poetry
to.
slam.
Yes, I feel like I had to have
Mm-hmm.
seen Love Jones.
What are you about to say to me?
Look at the time. Don't we have to press the
What are you
button? Roll that music.
What?
Like I know I had to have, right? But maybe not. I know I had the soundtrack, but the
Now that
movie,
soundtrack was busting.
that's
That
what I'm saying.
soundtrack was
So
busting.
yeah,
You would know if you saw the movie, ma'am. If you saw the movie, you would know that you saw the movie. You ain't seen it. Your eyes probably laid upon it at some point,
that's
but
what I'm
you
saying.
ain't
Like,
watched Love Jones. Is it? I think we put it in the thing. Me and Shekinah keep a running list of movies. I'm gonna have to put one in the Patreon. Like we just have a running list of movies because we're gonna start having movie nights. I'm telling
Uh-huh.
you too much. You keep making me get into the thing.
I
I
told
need to
you to
come
roll
back to
the
that
music.
too.
You
But we're gonna be having movie nights, and so we got just a list of movies that we're gonna pull
yeah.
from that because we got to close these gaps. Because you know what, you making a confession, I'm gonna make a confession. I'm gonna make a
Okay.
confession.
All right.
Okay, I know that my eyeballs have laid upon this movie several times,
Okay.
and also I really don't remember too much that was going on about it and need to rewatch it. Waiting to exhale.
Really?
I need to rewatch it. I don't really remember too much except Angela Bassett lit that car on fire when she had enough. Now that soundtrack
Now
though,
that's
that
not.
soundtrack,
Ooh,
oh, that phone
amazing.
was in a rotation. But like, I don't really know
Amazing.
what they was talking about. I remember Loretta
Really?
Devine walking away and looking back. These might be
Yes.
memories from memes. These also might be
Seems
memories
like they
from
might not the
memes. When
actual.
when did
Yeah.
Wait Until Exhale come out? What year it
I'm
came out?
so, and you know the reason I'm so surprised because I know how much you really loved Whitney Houston. So I never would have
I love Whitney
imagined,
Down,
right,
but
that that would
let
be
me see
something
when
that
this
missed
came
you.
out. 1995. Girl, I was in eighth grade. I don't know what these grown women is talking about. I'm
I
going into
mean,
high school. I wasn't relating. I don't, because at that time, Whitney, I liked Bodyguard Whitney. Again,
hmm
because of the soundtrack. I used to listen to that
yeah, the
soundtrack
soundtrack
every
was amazing.
night,
Oh
right?
wow.
And then Cinderella Whitney. I believe the
Uh,
children are the future Whitney,
yes.
Preacher's Wife Whitney.
hmm
But like I don't. It's not that I didn't know the other ladies. I think I probably was like, okay, I would have been there for Whitney, but I was 14. I didn't have no
Oh,
idea what them women was talking about in that movie, so it never really stuck with me. And so it's one of the
interesting.
movies that I want to watch again because I
Yes.
have now lived life, and
Yes.
so I want to know
Yes.
what they were talking about. But
Yes.
when people talk about Waiting to Exhale, the movie, I don't have any type of strong feelings
Like
either
point of.
way. But that soundtrack though,
Oh yeah.
that
The
soundtrack
Bible.
though,
Everything. Amazing.
yeah.
Girl. Mm-mm.
So
Oh
I
yeah,
just
no, that
wanted
definitely has to happen.
to level
So
the playing field.
I appreciate your vulnerability and sharing that because that is a big statement to make. Yes, love Terry McMillan, all of
It's
her.
11:11.
Woo, woo,
I
make
don't
a
have my
wish.
sound bowlers upstairs. Everybody make a wish. It's 11:11. Shekinah messaged me this morning. She was like, I'm going to church. I'm going to tell y'all what I told her. Matter of fact, I'm going to make this wish out loud.
Okay.
She said, I'm about to go to church. Wait. She said, good morning, heading to church. Any prayer requests? I said, that our lights will shine brightly to find those who are looking, that we fully embrace our gifts for impacting people and show up in each room knowing we are there on assignment, that our spirits will be so in tune with God that we are in a flow state that sparks joy in every part of our bodies and spirits, that every space we create be a balm for those who have felt unseen and unheard, that we will walk with clarity and confidence as we receive those who are here and those that are coming. May we be a sanctuary where they are able to exhale, heal, and rest. That we continue to show up for and support each other. That we hold each other accountable, knowing it is always coming from a place of love. That God continues giving us the ideas and the pathways to get there. That the investors we need will come across us and give us the finances needed to do this for real, knowing our
Mm.
needs are taken care of. That we stay aligned with our North Star of helping people heal themselves and build deep personal relationships with God. And then I said, thank you for asking. I'll pause there. Also, happy Mother's Day.
Aww. Happy Mother's Day, Roberta.
Happy
That
Mother's
was
Day to all the
beautiful. And happy
mothers.
Mother's Day to all the moms and all to those who have mothered, whether or not you carry the title of mom. I think that's still special and something that deserves a recognition. So, yay!
Yes. So let's go ahead and get started for real. What's the title
That's
of
greatest.
today's episode?
Child, it's all on fire. That's not the title of it, but
Here it is.
We're all trying to
Why are y'all trying to save a burning country, girl? That's the
why,
title of
child.
today's episode. Welcome to the party. Listen,
They were on you
I
for that
have
story.
wait a minute. I have to tell. I saw that in the chat. I didn't see a lot of things that happened in the chat, but I saw where Embrace All You was talking about the greatest love of all. I have to tell y'all about the greatest love of all. Matter of fact, why don't you tell them? I would love to hear it from your perspective
You talking
about
about the
being the
talent
greatest
show?
love of all.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't know
Okay.
what you're gonna talk about. I don't know what you're gonna say. I have no
So,
idea. The floor
so
is yours, cousin.
Kim, this song, like the greatest love of all. If I don't know if it's a soundtrack of her life, but of a moment that I remember us being little kids, maybe, I don't even know when that song came out, maybe 6 or 8, somewhere within there. There was a time where that song ruled our lives. And by our lives, I mean Kim's life. And since we were always together at that point, it became our life because she would sing that song from beginning to end, full on performance. I feel like there was also a talent show at some point at Auntie Alice's house in the driveway, and I believe
Oh
that
no, I don't
song.
remember that one.
I
I thought you was
think.
gonna say at the Cox Cable picnic.
Oh, I do remember that
Cause we
now.
did it there too. But it's possible we might have been on tour, knowing me. Cause
We took the
baby,
show on the
give
road.
me the
Okay,
mic.
it was
Give
a
me the
performance.
mic.
All I remembered was that the earrings that Whitney Houston had in the video that were like these little
They
like
were
this
pretty.
spray like out here that my mom had a pair of those. And I was like, oh my God, my mom has the same earrings as Whitney Houston, which I'm sure hers were actual, but whatever. But like I remember that piece. But that song, oh yeah, so that's why I was like double pearl clutch when you were like you hadn't seen Waiting to Exhale. I'm like, but it was Whitney. like
Yeah, but that's not the Whitney
that
that
wasn't
that
that,
that
yeah.
I related to. So I'm sorry. I'm trying to be. Girl. Okay, focus, girl. Focus here. I'm gonna have to rewatch to get some of the things and catch up and stuff. But you remember when we were in the country? I don't know how much you remember from the country. So we've talked about this before that there was a summer I was going to kindergarten that we had stayed in the country with our grandmother over the summer. So it was me. I'll go in order. Kalonda, me, and then our cousin Casey, and then another cousin Chantel. And then I feel like did Keenan and them come too at some point?
I don't ever remember the boys being there. I feel
I
like
feel
Barbara
like
came
Keenan had
by.
fell out the bed,
Oh, there were
out the
boys
bunk
there one
bed.
time. Yes, you're right. Oh, I forgot about that. Because we
Yeah.
weren't ever really in that bunk bed room. We were in the back room that had the wasps.
We was in there?
I was scared of that room.
I thought that room had got closed off. Maybe once the wasps came, that room, because I
Oh,
don't
maybe
really
that was it.
remember where we were sleeping. I know that there was the bunk
Was it
bedroom,
Keenan
and
who
then
fell out the
Manny's room
bed? I
was
thought
up front.
Casey fell
I
out the
don't know,
bed.
somebody. It's very possible Casey fell out the
I
bed
think
because Casey
Casey
fell a
fell out
lot.
the bed. I think Casey fell out the bed.
It's
I
very
think
possible.
that's.
Okay, sorry. Anyway,
Sorry, y'all.
so we got to sort out these memories.
We are real life cousins.
This
That
was
is
the
not a
summer, though.
lie.
This was the summer. But anyway, so I remember one time The Greatest Love of All came on one time. You know it came on the radio all the time. But maybe
all
this
the time.
particular time Nanny had enough. And she was like, get your ass outside. And so I went outside and I stood on top of the picnic table.
On
And
the
I was like,
picnic table.
the greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself. It is the greatest love of all. And if by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of lead you to a lonely place, find your strength in love. Let me tell you something. You talk about the soundtrack to my life. You talk about the soundtrack to my life. You talk about the soundtrack to my life. I actually wrote a blog post. I need to re-release my blog post because, thank you.
She's like that. I like to thank everybody.
Y'all sit down.
We can go on with the show. We got a lot to cover.
I was just the opener. No.
Oh my
This
God.
is what it's like. This is what it's like to be with us. This is what it's been like our entire lives to be with us. Like,
Forever.
this is it.
And that's the song that clears
Okay.
any brain worms for me. Because they say if you get a song stuck in your
Oh.
head, you have to then sing a song that you know from the beginning to the end to
Oh,
clear the
really?
brain itch.
And you
Because
be
usually
singing
you
I
get
Believe the
stuck.
Children of the Future?
It's that. Because I know that song from beginning to end. Because, yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Trivia
That's really
question. What
cool.
song does Kalonda sing?
I know. We
Very
got this the thing,
brain
Kalonda. I'm gonna be all over the place today. Also, we gonna get to the things that we gotta talk about. But girl, this morning I was like, we have so many Easter eggs that we
itch.
can hide like in our future stuff. Like, cause this how
Yeah.
we gonna know who was here from the get-go,
Who
bro.
saw it?
Because like there's stuff that's said and like it's like, oh my God, this is gonna be a bonus question. It makes me so happy. Okay. So anyway, hey y'all, welcome.
We do this every time.
Not every time, not every time.
I feel like it's been
Sometimes.
more recent. It wasn't all the time, but now we're good for a good a little ramp up. I love it. It makes my soul
But we
happy.
getting focused too. This is the pre-show. Imagine if we took
Yes,
this show on the road. I can't come to
girl.
the U.S. or not. We not coming back there. But like, other places. It would be
Other
a
places
good
on the
time.
road. Come
It would
see us.
be a good time, girl. People would have a good time. So anyway, we said Happy Mother's Day to the
Yes.
mothers and those who have mothered. We want to make sure that you are honoring yourselves today and that you are honoring all that you have put out into the world and all that you have birthed and created, whatever that looks like. The babies that we have that are not necessarily breathing, but they give breath into the world. So happy Mother's
Hallelujah.
Day to all of the mothers. We are appreciative of you all. And we also know that today can bring the gamut of feelings. And so we invite you to feel all of those feelings. We hope that as you're here that you find some things to laugh about. I know you already been kikiing. I know you have. And you're welcome because laughter is a gift.
Amen.
And we do that from the bottom of our hearts. So allow yourself to feel the feels and be in the state of who you are and what you mean to the world. So happy Mother's Day to
Hey.
the mothers. So I wanted to say that before I get into the script and the things. But welcome to So You Don't Put Syrup on Your Grilled Cheese, season 3. We are two real life cousins, as if you all have not figured that out yet. And we have honest conversations about the things that we grew up thinking were normal, only to realize that they're actually the family recipe of dysfunction. And to go ahead and answer the question, yes, we do put syrup on our grilled cheese, and you should too. And we'll tell you more about that in a little while. So this season, we are widening the lens. We're talking about the patterns that are showing up in different systems and culture. The world we're living in right now is a lot. We had to add a whole new segment in everything. It's called Child.
Child.
Because what else can you say? You know? So we talk about things like
Oh,
discernment, preparation, community, while still holding space for laughter, pleasure, creativity, good food, and joy. Because
I
staying
love it.
human is a part, the biggest part of the resistance. So we need you to know that you are not late, child. You right on time. And we are so glad that you are here. Now that you are paying attention, get on in here to this world. So my name is Kimberland, Ty Lynn, House of O'Neill, Jackson, and Adams, empathetic energizer, intuitive inspirational innovator, seer of souls who are hurting, healer of hearts, and voice to the voiceless. What up? Oh,
Hey.
wait, it's air horns for that. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Hi, guys. I am Kalonda of House Jackson, first of her name, assistant of entrepreneurs, beacon of banter, creator of content for real, dancer of dreams, excellence enchantress, and New Orleans native. While we have you here, we definitely want to take a moment. Hey, there we go. Take a moment so you know what you can expect from us if you weren't here for the 20-minute intro or pre-show, and what we expect from you, right? So first from us, transparency. Look, we know we don't have all the answers. We are not experts in everything. There are several things that we are experts in, and we will let you know what those things are. If it's something that we're not an expert in, we're going to connect you to who that expert is. And as luck would have it, a lot of times those people are down here in the chat. So you guys are probably already talking to each other. And that's the other piece of the expectation that we have for you is that you guys engage with us, ask questions, engage with each other down in the chat. Have a good time, show up, be willing to participate in this with us because we are a good time and we are a hoot. And sometimes we curse. And today is going to be one of those days, I can tell you for sure.
It's a
So
lot to cuss about. It's a lot to
so
cuss about.
act and set up your scene accordingly. Do what you got to do. But what does your interaction look like? Like I said, it looks like the commenting. It looks like liking the video, sharing it, pressing the buttons to get the reactions on the screen, subscribing, sharing, going back into the archive and seeing what we've created before here, and even outside of the So You Don't Put Syrup on Your Grilled Cheese universe. There's so much happening in the Mind in My Black Ass Business universe that can also resonate with you or anyone in your circle that you think may benefit from a couple moments with us or any of the other content in that space. So please take a moment, press the buttons, watch the links, do all the fun things. And then as you see us in these different spaces, there's a couple different ways that you can let us know that you came from here on So You Don't Put Syrup on Your Grilled Cheese.
So, I want to pause before I get into this. I'm gonna let y'all take in these emojis, but also, is anybody wanting to learn how to be a producer? Because somebody messaged me yesterday. Oh, let me. Matter of fact, we have to do a ceremony. Remember when we had honor Uncle Toasty, and we had Uncle
Yes,
Toasty in the
yes,
chat. We have somebody else that messaged and was like, "You actually need help," and I was like,
for
"Yes,"
real, yes.
and they have
Every
volunteered to support us in the chat. So we need to give their credentials today. Okay, so we have to do
yes.
like a ceremony in a moment. I know we don't
All right.
necessarily have that mapped out, but there's a first
We're
time
going the
for
spirit will move
everything.
us. Absolutely.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gonna flow in the
So
spirit. I got it.
exactly, exactly. So, so the community here, and so you don't put syrup on your grilled cheese, is called the Toasties. That is y'all that are in the chat and hanging out. So shout out to you as the Toasties. And our emojis for this part of the universe are the honey pot. Well, it goes in this order: bread, cheese, and then the honey pot, because that's what you need to make you a grilled cheese sandwich with your syrup, right? So go ahead and drop those emojis into the chat if you are here live with us. These are emojis that you can always leave around the universe. It lets us know that you came from this community and you identify with this community. So that's a way to be able to show us love. That's a way to be able to be like, y'all talking good, right? Like there's a way. You always feel free to use those in this space. In addition, we also have individual emojis. So my emojis are the sunflower and the crayon. The sunflower, because yellow is my favorite color. It reminds me of the sun. It brings me joy. When sunflowers can't find the sun, they turn towards each other. And I feel like that is the way that I do try to live my life. And then sunflowers are also the symbol for invisible disabilities. And as someone who is neurodivergent and a whole lot of other letters behind my name at this point, and just really figuring out how to navigate the world in a world that is not structured necessarily for me to be successful. I'm becoming a really fierce advocate in that area. So shout out to the sunflowers. You feel me? And then the crayon, because there was a time in my life where everything felt really black and white, and I made a conscious decision to color the fuck out of my life. So insert the crayon. And the crayon shows up when I'm frolicking, when I'm choosing joy, when I'm painting, when I am intentionally infusing moments of joy and color into my world, when I'm blowing bubbles, like all of that. Which also, Naya was like, you should probably blow bubbles before you do your podcast. And I was like, well, yeah, but the soap and the thing. And she was like, you should
Do
probably do
it.
that. And I said, I heard you, girl. You ain't gotta yell and stuff. Dang. But anyway, those are my emojis. Tell them yours.
Love it. Well, my emojis are the ladybug and the cobalt blue heart. That is the color I call it. But first, the ladybug, because those are my personal messengers from God, from the universe, from my ancestors. They have recently just been letting me know that on this path, that I am on the right path, I am aligned and going in the right direction, and just giving me that message to keep going and keep pushing. And even so much so that it started to spill over into those that are in my circle in my community, and that they too were seeing love bugs. I call them love bugs, but ladybugs. And it'll be like, Kalonda, oh my God, I just saw a ladybug and I thought about you, and like here it is. So it's always wonderful to just get those little random pictures of a ladybug that has like landed in or on someone or in someone's car, and they're like, oh my God, I saw this and I thought about you today. So definitely keeps me mindful and looking out for those signs, so that I know that God and the universe is talking to me and telling me that I'm moving in the right direction in my purpose. For the cobalt blue heart, cobalt blue is my absolute favorite color. It just feels like warm and rich and like a hug and home, and just feels so good. And on this side of my life, I have just decided I want to be loved out loud. I want to love out loud. I don't want to have to try to figure out what the intentions are. Like, I just want to take it at face value and know that the people that I'm surrounded with are safe for me. And then that I can provide that same safety in return. And I love that. So whenever you see me somewhere, by all means, feel free to use the ladybug and the cobalt blue heart to let me know you came from, so you don't put syrup on your grilled cheese.
So, if you haven't picked up on it already, we very much have our own language over here in the Mind of My Black Ass Business universe. So, you know, pay attention. There's definitely a quiz at some point. Just so you know, okay? There's definitely a quiz at some point. All right, so The people are coming. The people are here. The people are coming and they're here.
I love it. Welcome, 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 welcome,
We've been
welcome.
waiting for you all. We're so excited that you are here. We
Yes.
have been on this journey, specifically here in So You Don't Put Syrup on Your Grilled Cheese. This is our third season. And so back when we started, Kalonda was still in the U.S. She was living in New Orleans, and she made her transition on here. We talked about leading up to that. There was a time where we were doing these in person. There was a time the sound was horrible, y'all. Like, we were really trying to figure it out, but really, most importantly, wanting to document our journey, because
Yeah.
we knew that one day people were going to show up and be like, now, how did this all get started? They cousins for real? Let's go back and see. And so all of that is here on the YouTube page. So as Kalonda said, we invite you to go back into the archives, and you can follow the journey for every podcast that we have here and how this was all documented. It goes all the way back to when I started the page, through my journey, and then how it has grown from there. So we love a good origin story around here, okay? And I repeat, there will be a quiz at some point, all right?
Yeah.
So we are up to 1,645 subscribers.
Welcome,
Yeah,
welcome, welcome.
we are growing and really excited about that. So if you have not already subscribed to the page, please go ahead and do that, and then share it with somebody else. People need to laugh, yo. People need to be able to be away from the foolishness and find others. And so Kalonda also mentioned this, I'm gonna reiterate, it's community in here in this chat. So if you're watching this during the replay, you have the opportunity to come to the live chat during the episode every other Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so just come into the chat and hang out with the people. Introduce yourself. Y'all welcome them. You know, if you got emojis, you can share your emojis, like all of that. Come and hang out. All right. And also share our content, okay, with people that you think will relate. The last announcement, if you will, that I want to give in this section is, if you want to be on the show, you are saying to yourself, now that's a good time down there to the
That's
So You
some
Don't Put
good
Syrup on Your
energy.
Grilled Cheese. That's my type of shenanigans I like to be a part of. All you have to do is email us at mindingmyblackAssBusiness@gmail.com with the subject line, let me on there. Okay, and so I'm gonna put this into the chat for those of us who are here live, but that is how you get on the show. The other thing that you need to do is taste syrup on your grilled cheese, and you're welcome, because it's going to change your life. It is going to change your life, okay? And so we have to talk about your grilled cheese preparation system, what kind of bread you're using, what kind of oil you're using, what kind of cheese you're using, the syrup viscosity matters. Like, it's a lot that goes into
Are you dunking it,
a grilled
pouring
cheese
it?
sandwich
So
with
many
syrup.
options.
You cutting it up, or you just doing it like in strips, or are you doing squares? Like, it's a lot that we gotta ask, okay? So we gift you with that opportunity to be able to taste syrup on your grilled cheese and then come on to the episode and hang out with us. So if you want to do that, again, email us at mindingmyblackAssBusiness@gmail.com with the subject line, let me on there. All right, so I want to show you all what else we have here in the universe right quick. So we're going to take a couple field trips around the world, or over here. And so this is an auntie space here. We have a segment called Ask an Auntie that we'll get into at the end of the show. But From Auntie with Love is another auntie space that we have. And over in From Auntie with Love, we have 4 aunties who are over there. Myself, Shekinah, Vanessa, and Sierra. And we are 4 aunties who are in different stages of life, talking about the things that we really should have talked about, but nobody did. So we're choosing to do that. And so we each have an auntie archetype, if you will. So I'm the bougie, grounded auntie. That's who I am. And so everybody has their own auntie name and all of that. So anyway, the latest episode of From Auntie with Love premiered last Sunday. It premieres opposite of So You Don't Put Syrup on Your Grilled Cheese at 6 p.m. Eastern. And so I'm going to give y'all a chance to hear a clip from the latest episode, which was about dating stages. Because, you know, these young people got new stages and new orders of like the talking to and when they get the girlfriend, boyfriend, and all of that. So this is a clip of someone who wrote into us during the Stir the Pot segment. So here we go.
This one is from a listener who asked to be anonymous. Dear aunties, okay, tell me if I'm doing too much. I've been going out with this guy for about 2 months. We've been on a few dates, nothing crazy, but consistent. It feels intentional, and I actually, I'm starting to like him. The other night we were out, and I saw he was texting other women. Flirty. Oh, it was flirty. Okay, he wasn't hiding it, but he wasn't exactly subtle either, and it made me feel away. Now, technically, we never said we were exclusive, so I know he's not quote unquote wrong, but it still bothered me. Because in my head, if you really like someone, are you still actively entertaining other people like that? Is this normal and I need to relax, or is this my sign to just adjust my expectations?
Listen, PJ Morton has the song and it says, I don't want to go through your phone. Yes, sis, you're doing too much. I always feel like we, sorry, did I just come out the gate swinging? Sorry, girl, but also too much. If you haven't had an exclusive conversation, get out that man's phone. Why is you in his business? And why ain't nobody in your phone?
For me, I am one of those ones who start at 100 and then I deduct from there instead of starting at 0 and having you earn those points. I kind of work the opposite, and that has not worked for me.
I think, first of all, I don't think that you're wrong necessarily for feeling away because you do like him. There is a natural primal like jealousy kind of thing that might activate, when you see quote your man, even when they ain't our man, they are man talking to somebody else. Like if you're gonna have this conversation now and he says, well, I don't want to be exclusive, now you got to be ready to walk, my girl. If you let them slide, they gonna skate all over your ass. Okay?
It's a world of heartache and heartbreak.
You can't let them slide.
Let's just skate on them.
So, if you're not ready to drop them, if you're not ready to make some cuts from the team, you just gonna have to put in the group chat with your girls, tell the aunties, write us another letter, do what you gotta do, friend. But if you are in a position where you ain't wasting no time, you making cuts, he not making it to stand battle, okay, then go ahead and have a conversation. Just do that information what you will, friend. Okay.
Drop.
Either just the expectations, or either you come if you're gonna confront them about the messages, be ready to step if needed. If not,
you
Ray Charles to the bullshit and keep going.
If he not making it to stand battle, okay.
Girl.
Only did you watch the what's them girls called? The Diamond.
The Dancing Dolls.
Names? The Dancing Dolls. I was like,
I didn't watch it religiously, but I knew it. I knew of it happening when it was happening. Yes. But the stand battles,
I love
for
that.
sure. Yes.
I love that reference. Like if he ain't making it to stand battle, okay. But also, girl, you're doing too much. Go ahead.
I have a question. Sorry to interrupt the whole.
Go ahead.
But so was it that they were on a date and he was messaging someone while they were there, or did they just see? Okay, so I don't think she was doing too much.
They saw while they were on the date. They have been dating for a while consistently, had not had an exclusive conversation or anything, but they have been dating for a while consistently. They're on the date, and on the date, he's on the phone. She sees him on the phone sending the message, right? Yeah. So when I said doing too much, my thing is, why are you doing too much with him?
Right.
Because because we haven't had y'all ain't had the exclusive conversation. So why don't you also have people in your phone? Because if we haven't had a conversation that we are actually going to be exclusive in my world, then we're dating. So I don't care what goes on in your phone, and you not gonna have we not on that level. I'm minding my black ass business. I think that's what I'm doing.
I guess because for me, it wasn't so much about the exclusivity or the date, like talking to somebody else. It's we're on a date right now, and just the respect of in this moment. Like even if I had a roster full of ninjas, like
Right.
I'm not gonna message them while
Yes.
I'm with you. Like
Right here with
this is
somebody else
this
I'm
is
supposed to be
this is
present
your
with.
time. Because even if I'm at lunch with my
Yeah.
girlfriends, I'm not on my phone. So it was like
Correct.
I was like
Same.
we would have an issue, but it wouldn't be because it was a chick. It would be because like, hello, what are we
You're
doing?
not
Like,
present.
do you need to
Yeah.
go do something? Like, I don't want
Correct.
to,
Correct. Because clearly
you
you're
know,
not free right
because
now.
I am not, are we not entertained? Like, what is happening? I
Cause,
can go take
cause
my
I'm a good
pants off and
time.
get this thing going. You know what I mean? Like, I can
Cause
go sit
I
out.
put pants on to come outside to sit
Sit
here with you to be
down.
talking to somebody else, and I blocked off my calendar. That's what I need you to know because I came here with the intention to be present in
To
this
spend this
moment, and you're
time. Correct.
distracted. Have a
Correct.
good night.
Good day,
Have a good
sir.
night.
I said good
Yeah.
day. Yeah. So that was my
Agreed.
clarification that I needed to understand of like this was in the yeah, no, we have a problem. But
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
because of the other stuff.
Not because of the what you might think. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about that.
So yes, so those are the kinds of conversations that we have over there at From Auntie with Love. And so we need auntie perspectives from all over, right? That show reaches the demographic of like 18 to 25 is the largest watch
Mhm.
population for From Auntie with Love. And so they don't know. And who are they gonna
Right.
ask? If they
Right.
don't know, they got to come ask their auntie, right?
That's
And
it.
so, again, each auntie has a different way that they look at the world. And we trying to
Love
just
it.
spread auntie wisdom out here. You feel me? On this good Mother's Day. So,
Amen.
one of the aunties that was there is Shekinah, and Shekinah has the Let's Talk Sis universe. And over in the Let's Talk Sis universe, she hosts Girls Night In events. And this one is going to be on Kalonda's birthday, June
Hey.
5th. And we're gonna do makeup and 90s music trivia. So if you want to register for this, you would go to tinyurl.com/LTS Girls Night In, or you can scan the code that is here on the screen. Okay. And what I want you to know, I be feeling like she kind of be trying to set us up for the okie doke. I'm not gonna even lie. I'm not gonna even lie.
Why?
Because she be putting in that young people stuff, pop culture, like, cause she's 30, right? And so she like, for example, the other day we were talking about Rihanna, and she was like,
Uh-huh.
"You ever listen to whatever Anti? I think was the name of the album."
Oh, uh-huh.
And I was like, I didn't really consume Rihanna like that. Like Rihanna, if she was
Oh,
on the radio, absolutely. I think the only
gotcha.
album that I bought was the Umbrella, the one with Umbrella on it.
Oh. Uh-huh.
And maybe Take a Bow. Now that used to be, girl, I was going through at the time. That used to be my song. Okay. But anyway, I wasn't like a Rihanna, like that she
Wasn't
say that
your
people called the Navy. Are you a
yeah.
part of the
You
Navy?
are wild. You
You-
know the kids they call themselves the Navy. Have you heard about them? Why did you do
I
that?
don't know. Cause I never knew. I never knew.
That was amazing. Yes, I do know that they are the Navy.
I
That's
did not know. I was learning for the first time. I said, "Oh, well, why the
that is
Navy?" She said it was
funny.
a movie or something that she was
Yeah,
in, and they
in
decided to
the
be the
Pacific
Navy, and it
Rim.
stuck.
Yes. She did Pacific
I don't
Rim,
know
and
nothing
they
about
became
this.
the Navy after that. But yeah, I love a good Rihanna moment. I love a good Rihanna CD. I have, and I still have CDs. Well, purchased iTunes, Bianca. But the I want side note about the music that I own, because last time we had a conversation about Rashida, and we were talking about her music and where she came from. So I went
Y'all gotta
looking.
go back the last episode. That girl, cause why that girl did that, huh? We was talking about when Candy did the folded come pick up your clothes. Girl, it's got to be for the harmonies. But anyway, y'all could see my reaction in real time because I'm like, what is
Hilarious.
happening?
Like, why?
So
Why is it
anyway,
happening? So I then went to see, because I was like, I feel like I have Rashida music. So sure enough, I do have a Rashida like mixtape or something called her thing was like Boss Bitch Music or Boss Music or something like that. And so this is the ear like at first I was like, oh yeah, because she did a remix to Flex. And then she had another song that she remixed that Toya rapped on, which is really bad. But like,
Toya from New Orleans?
yeah.
Lil Wayne baby mama?
Yeah.
I can't remember her new last name. That's why I ain't call it.
What is Johnson?
I could see that man, but I don't know.
I know
name.
her husband's name is Red, but I can't think of his last name.
That's
but,
all I got in my brain too.
Right. And so
Okay.
but what happens on my phone though, because I had opened it to listen to it, go down the rabbit hole and go, okay, maybe this wasn't as good as I remember it being. But I remember definitely turning up to like a couple of the songs on her remixes, right? So anyway, with my phone, because that was the last thing I listened to in my library, just about any time I accidentally touch my earbud, it starts one of her songs and like starts auto playing. So Rashida has been the gift that keeps on giving for 2 weeks now. So I just thought that I would let you know that I've since been listening. I started to send you the songs of what I remembered, but they were really bad, so then I didn't. Sorry,
I was
Rashida.
like, I don't know that would have helped.
It would not.
Would've been
It would
like,
not have. Because I was like, oh, this is the. And then I heard it and I was like, oh.
Yeah,
I was younger
she
then.
didn't
I had
enter
a
my,
younger ear.
you was living a life, huh?
It was a whole different time. All different time.
Exactly. So anyway, the 90s music trivia is
Yes.
the thing that I'm excited about because we know the 90s.
She's like,
We
I
know
got
the
that.
90s. And so I feel real confident in my abilities
Gotcha.
to be able to show up, and get it popping up in there because, they people there that be on the gamut of
Right.
age ranges,
Right.
and so I feel like this is our time to shine.
It's your time to shine.
feel me?
Okay. All right.
I feel like this is our time
The
to shine.
birthday
So,
90s trivia.
makeup, what is it?
Makeup
Makeup
and-
in 90s music trivia. Yes. I said what? Wait, makeup. So anyway, you can register by going
Yes.
to tinyurl.com/LTS Girls Night In. Also in the Let's Talk Sis universe, there are Girls Night In Whimsy events. These events are focused on herbal medicine, holistic practices, herbal infusions, medicinal, sustainable. Girl, when you got all that, you be like, yes. So the upcoming event for this month is on Friday, May 22nd. From 7 to 9 p.m. We got to put Eastern on here. I be forgetting this, that we all over the world.
Yes, ma'am.
But
Global.
it's an exclusive Patreon event. Okay, so if you are in the Patreon, it is free to you. You are more than welcome to come. And being in the Patreon is the only way to be able to access the event. So either you're going to be in the archive or you will be in the LTS Sisterhood. This is also a collaboration with the Well Educator, who is a trauma-informed yoga specialist. And she shows up in spaces like the Healing Circle. So anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is going to be a good time. Okay, it's going to be a good time. This is what I wanted to tell you about a moment ago, Kalonda, when I was like, I don't want to say, when we was talking about TV and stuff. So another Patreon exclusive space that we are creating is called Season 1. And what we're going to do it's a rewatch podcast. So looking at different series that we liked, and we're going to watch the first season of it. So we're starting off with Girlfriends. Did you watch Girlfriends when you were not really? Okay,
not at all.
Did y'all watch Girlfriends? Look, I'm looking over here. Hey, if you're watching, we're live. You can come into the chat and you can talk to us if you want to. It's okay. If you're driving, though, be safe. But anyway, so the season 1 podcast, the first episode is going to be on May 15th. And we are going to be starting with Girlfriends. So we're going to watch the pilot episode of Girlfriends and then talk about how it hits now. Because again, just like with Waiting to Exhale, during girlfriend's time, I was in college because I think it came out in 2000. So I was in college,
Okay,
and so they were just like they were in the real world. I don't know how old they
got
were,
it.
maybe 30s during that time. So it just wasn't.
Okay,
It was cute, but
it
like I
didn't
wasn't
line
feeling
up.
that at a soul level, at all. So I'm looking forward to going back and watching it, and then
Gotcha.
seeing how it hits now, being on this side of life. And then Shekinah's 30, so this is the age that they're
This is
talking
the
about and like
time,
how it hits
right?
there. And it's another thing, like with the aunties, there's so many different perspectives and so many
Right.
ways for people to be able to relate. This is the last thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna be quiet. And it's also going to give us an opportunity to flex our creative muscles because the things that we want to do are like creating universes and different series and animated series and comic books and like all of those things. And so this gives us a way to be able to look at things from a production standpoint so we can
Mm,
also have those kind of conversations like how Mara Brock Akil built out this world to really take
right.
you there.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, anyway, we're really excited about it.
Oh,
And again, it is a Patreon exclusive event. So I'll be posting that so that y'all
love it.
know to come and mark your calendars for that because that's coming
Hey,
up this week. All right.
phenomenal.
What you all right over there?
I
Were you about to say something?
don't know. I mean, just our normal stuff. But yes, I'm all
Okay. All
right.
right, cool.
Okay.
So, I wanted to tell you all that so that you can make sure that you're in the archive. If these are
Please.
things that
Yeah.
are interesting to you, this is where those events and things are happening. Okay. Um, transparency moment. You ready? You know
Yes, I
how you
do. So
transparently
I know how I
what you got going
feel.
on.
Yeah. I feel good. I
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
exactly right. And I think this week I'm realizing how sick I was some weeks ago. Because I now
Okay.
feel like
Oh,
myself. Like I feel
yeah.
fine. And like I got up yesterday, like cleaned the house and was just like
You
in it.
think you had what you think was going on?
Girl,
Did you ever figure it out?
nasty. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
We're gonna talk about all the things,
Okay.
but
Okay,
I
go
don't
ahead.
know. And it had been going around, and like people are sick, and like one of the ladies that we know, her son was like in the hospital. So who knows? It could just be regular stuff, but I don't know. But I will say, like the tail end of this week, I've felt very like motivated and creative and um, introspective and trying to like you know think through like different relationships and the presence or the absence of like how I want things to look and how I want to, participate in that to really continue building out this wildly joyful life and what that looks like for me and how it resonates and all those good things. Um, and then just having like those hard conversations of when you go, sometimes yes, there's a missing of different people and you appreciate where relationships came from, but seeing that, hey, maybe it's different now and that's not the same and that's okay. And being grateful. Like I always liken it to, when people throw a party and then they're like constantly looking at the door for someone who isn't there to show up, right? But not really acknowledging the people that are there for
Are
you
there?
already,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so it was
Mm-hmm.
like just taking that step back and going, okay, like I can acknowledge the absence, but I can also still like be very rooted in the
Appreciate.
gratefulness and the blessings and appreciate the people that are here, and really truly
Mm-hmm.
love that and find out the best way that I can show up for them, and make sure that I'm
Mm-hmm.
still
Mm-hmm.
honoring that relationship in ways that are meaningful to them, and having that go, back and forth and be reciprocal. So a lot of that, thank goodness for therapy. And just spending a lot of time in there, but not letting it overwhelm me or get to the point of sadness. It's just like this time and Christmas time are the two times that typically pops up. just because of the events around these states. So it's like
Yeah.
the norm, but coming out on the
Yeah.
other side of it and being very grateful for what I have and where I am currently, and just saying, the universe is in control. Whatever
Yeah.
aligns will happen, and that's all I can do. Just keep living for today and being grateful for the new people that are coming in. So that's where I'm
Yeah.
at.
I appreciate that. I was thinking about you this morning. Well, I was thinking about both of us. I'll tell you what I was actually thinking about. What I was thinking about was how many times I've been fired as a godparent.
Mm,
And
girl,
then
go ahead,
I
go
thought
ahead.
about you, and then I thought about Bianca, because I was in my mind saying to myself, I need to remember to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and the godmothers and the aunties and the teachers and the mentors and those of us who have birthed in so many different ways. And so when I got to godmothers, I was like, child.
Yeah,
And then I thought
wild.
about you, and I thought about Bianca, and I said, and I just shook my
Yeah,
head.
yeah. I
But
thought
yeah,
about
I
that.
can
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, it was. I had a thought of that this morning because I wanted to. There was someone was talking about like being the childless friend to people with kids, and how you show up, for their independent stuff because you support them and like all of that whole thing. Then as their family grows, you're showing up for the kids and how they live and what's happening with them and being that safe space. And that for you, there tends to be less things and events and type stuff to show up for, and that not that it's more important or not, it's just when you have the fewer chances, it's that much more important to you. So when people are there or aren't there, it does make a very big impact because typically when you're in that role, like you want to be there at all the things. Like you're trying to find a way to like contort yourself to make yourself available and present and give the love, that you want to give. And it's not doing it in the spirit of I'm gonna get this back in any kind of way, but it's just like the thought is it's coming back around because this is what we do for each other. So
Right,
when
because
that
this is
doesn't
what we do.
happen, correct. And when it doesn't happen, there is that sting, and it's hard not to measure it and say, well, this is how I would have and have shown up for you, and so it's hard not to do that. So I was having that thought, just literally getting ready for the show today, and it was
Yeah,
around the godmother situation and it's Mother's Day and all of
yeah,
that good stuff. So it was just
yeah.
interesting that you said. It was
Yeah,
definitely
and
interesting.
so it's one of the reasons why I highlight, the gamut of feelings that can
Yeah,
show up during this time and allowing all of that to be present, because
yeah,
simultaneously God is right here, like, and I'm sending you, like, this is a place to be able to pour love, and
yeah,
this is a place to be able to receive love. And it's interesting because I don't have any kids either, so I and I don't have a relationship with my mother anymore, right? So it's like it's always very much, for a long time I used to be like, so what am I supposed to do today? To
right.
the point where now it just becomes a day. Like I don't even
Same.
think about it, honestly. And so I'd be glad that other people say stuff because it is oblivious to me. It's not, it is
Right.
another day. Like we got a show and you were like, it's Mother's Day. Yes, happy Mother's Day. We got to make sure to say
Just
that
like that's
because
right.
it's
Yeah,
not really a part of my life. But what's so
yeah,
interesting is my students have been showing back up, and they are the students that used to be my godchildren. Like these are my first
yeah,
godchildren, and I used to
yeah,
have them kids with me all the time. I was in the
yeah.
classroom for 6 years. In each of those 6 years, I had at least one or two students that were with me. And then when I went back as a student success coach, I had 25 girls each of
Mm.
those years that were always with me. So it's like the word is starting to get out. Like Miss Jackson says she need us. And so
Right.
now they're
Oh,
like
I love
coming
it.
from all over the place, and it's the best. I sent you the video of my one student
Oh
that
my God, that was
graduated
the
from
sweetest
law
thing.
school. Yeah.
That's amazing. And I love
Quick
that you
anecdote
get
and
to
then
get those flowers while you're in it and can hear it, and you can
yeah.
see the sincerity of her just being touched by your words, and not even just your words, but your actual presence in and throughout her life. Like to see that that still was in her, it was beautiful. It was beautiful to see.
Yeah, she was my student assistant, and she was in my honors physical science class, and that class was a high school credit course, and so I had very high expectations, and they rose to them, and so um,
Mm.
my dad used to send me king cakes for my birthday every year, and of course I
Yes.
can't eat no whole king cake, right? So I would share it
Well, I
with my
mean,
class. I would take
I'm
it to
like,
school, you know. Yeah, well, I can't. The sugar
ah,
diabetes, like in
you
cavities.
can't.
It was
It's
probably
just so
cavities that I was afraid of more
scary.
than sugar diabetes because I used to just feel like we could just get diabetes in our family. It's a thing. Like there was a
That's
point in
what
time
happens.
that I just
Yeah.
kind of was like, that's just what happens, and it cut your
You
foot
get
off.
old and you get diabetes.
But
Right.
anyway, so I took the there was so much to unpack right there, y'all. Sorry, just dropping them. Welcome to the group chat. Um,
Oh, man.
so so my dad used to send a king cake, and so every year we would have king cake, and so Jaleesa was one of the kids that got baby Jesus out the king cake, and so she would,
Ah,
because we would do a whole lesson, like I would talk to them about Mardi Gras and what the purple, green, and gold
yes.
mean, and like how you can determine it because it's the day before Ash Wednesday, and then it goes into Lent, and then this is Easter, and like so you
Easter,
can always
right.
find Mardi Gras in that, and it's not just one day. Like we have a whole lesson, right? And so Jaleesa got baby Jesus, and so I started off the
Oh,
video saying, "I wish I had a picture of you holding baby Jesus, so that it will
got
really
it.
give what I want this to give." Because for years she had that baby Jesus with her. That girl used to send me messages and be like,
Oh,
"I still got baby Jesus, Miss Jackson." It was like the cutest thing. So anyway, my students are coming. That's making me really excited. And so I am also holding space for both
yeah.
the grief that kind of comes along with this time, and the recognition, like you said, of those who are here, those who have chosen to take off ramps, those who lied about the off ramp that they took, grief for all of that, and also such deep appreciation for my students coming back and being like, "Ma, you ain't by yourself." Because let me tell you, them kids, baby, they was going for Miss Jackson. What you ain't
I
finna
believe
do,
it. I believe
Miss
it.
K Jackson? Absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not. So I
Because
can't
that's how
wait for
you
y'all to
rode for
meet
them.
them.
Yes. Oh, that's
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah. I can't wait
That's
for them to
exciting.
like make their way. They're on the way, but they will get here, and they could tell
I
you
love it.
themselves
I love
what it used to be like in my class. So that is kind of my transparency moment. I mean my yeah, that's what it is. Spirit check. I'm kind of in both of those
transparency
spaces. So
moment.
I'm the other side
Yeah,
of
let's
that
go.
is very much like gratitude and feeling seen and appreciated and honored and valued. And there's also with that like a, it almost feels, I was talking to Naya the other day, and I said I'm an apostle, right? I'm a dream
Hmm.
awakener. And
Right.
so my job is to go and establish, get the system up and going. You good?
Right.
You great? All right. Then we move on to the next,
Let's
right?
do it again.
And that's
Right.
what I've been doing with the different spaces that we've had going. So
Hmm.
it's like, okay, so who wants to learn how to be a producer? Also, I'm asking that for real. If
Right.
y'all if
Like these are
y'all
real
we
questions.
need
We need that for
help,
real right
like
now.
this is,
In this
we don't just be
conversation.
saying stuff to say it,
We
okay?
need
So raise your hand, or if you're in the archive, send to go in the chat, or go in the So You Don't Slip on Your Grilled Cheese chat and volunteer. Let yourself be known, okay? If virtual producing is something that you're like, oh, I would love to help them, and I also would like to know how to do what they do and all that, I can teach you. We can teach you all of it. And like, please,
you know?
please. Um, so anyway, um, I'm looking forward to them returning. I'm excited, and I'm
Yeah.
also in like this really creative space and seeing that people are lining up, and it's like, okay, so you good, you great, you got this space. Let's get it popping. All right,
That's
you good?
it.
You great? You got this right? And so Naya said to me, "That sounds like mothering. Like
I think
you get
that's
them together
that's
and
it.
help prepare them for adulthood, and get them on out of there." So I'm just excited to be able to be of service and give all this love like that I have, and like all of this wisdom that I have in my brain. Like I gotta
Yeah.
leave it somewhere. So
Right.
I'm
Right.
doing everything I can to leave it, because I don't believe that things should die with the person. I think we really
Right.
do need to pass down the knowledge, and it is wisdom that tells you to sit at somebody's feet that has lived a life, so that you
Yeah.
can learn and that you can
Exactly.
take that and go forward. So it's working and it's happening, and amen.
Amen. I see hands raised in the chat. So there's definitely
Oh, we got to have our ceremony.
oh
We got to
yes,
have our
there's a
ceremony.
ceremony. We have our
You ready?
knighting, our buttering up, our syruping. What are we?
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
uh-huh.
liking the direction you going
We're getting
here.
there. We're getting there. We're getting there.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, all this love is waiting for you. Yes, indeed. Sorry, I looked at the chat. Um, but
I
yes, the
love that
knighting,
song.
the I know, right? Oh my God. Yeah, I think it's buttering up. I think we're buttering them up. I feel like that's the thing. And
That
I
feels
also see
good.
it.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all let us know how y'all feel about that when you realize what we're talking about. And then I do also
Right.
see a comment earlier where someone did say, interesting, you say being the childless friend, because it made me think of the motherless child or adult child. And that definitely is something to consider. And I know that's what Kim was sharing as well, of just taking that moment and seeing like all of the ways other people have come and shown up in that and going, that sometimes is the it's God and universe providing and that previous space being filled with what you do need and that it is there and but still acknowledging that feeling and acknowledging that absence because it is important and that there are still so many ways as you continue and how you show up going forward and what you provide because of that lack sometimes that you've had makes you a lot more gentler and makes you able to see it in other people so that you can give it to them, I think. But thank you for sharing. You're muted. I can't hear
Sorry. Had my back. I had muted myself. The
you.
horns were
Yep.
loud outside.
Ah.
I had said to myself the other day that I'm grateful that my spirit chose this life,
Mm,
even though, like, even with everything that I had to grow up through and live through, and it's like on this side of things, being able to choose myself and save myself, and it's I, it's been a lot that's been going on. Am I supposed to start the what you call them? The yes indeed
uh,
updates?
either one you
Am I
can.
supposed to
Yeah.
roll right into that? Is that what it says, or is it for you?
It could be yes you go. Yes
Okay.
you.
Because I'm just trying to blend all of this together,
Yeah.
because um, it's how do I want to frame it? I guess I'm struggling with words. I was about to say it's absence on both sides,
Mm,
right? Because there's the no children, but then there's also no mother, or mother wounds, let's just say,
right.
which is a better way to describe it, and harm and trauma that has come from the mother. And then also with grandmother, there was
Right.
not a deep connection, right? So it's like, what is a girl child to do?
Right.
Like,
Right.
what is like, so can you imagine, like going through life and being like, I know what that felt like, but
Mm,
also, do I want to do this? Because I, at one point, thought that my breaking of the generational cycle was going to be through having children. I thought I was going to
right.
have my own
Yeah.
family,
I
and it was going to
remember.
be a healthy, beautiful family, and I was going to have a beautiful baby girl, and she was going to grow up so confident and happy and all of that. And I don't know at what point I knew I never wanted to have kids by myself. I never wanted to be a single parent.
Right.
Because that was not a good time. Okay. And so I was like, I don't want to be a single parent, so I don't want to have children without having a partner. And so I never got married. And so I don't have no children. And I remember this was somewhere I was acting and modeling. So it was somewhere between like 2017 or 18. It was, Nanny was still here. This was before Nanny passed. This was in February of 2017. Okay. And me and my mother were in the car together when I had the Be Bold, Be You movie.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, well, I want to have grandkids. And I was like, you have a son. The hell are you talking to me for? Like, I'm not about to do that for you.
Right.
And then she was like, well, I wanted kids more than I wanted a husband. And that's why you're Lisa and I'm Kimberland. Like, I don't understand why any of this is relevant to me.
The conversation
So then
about
she
me
was like,
right
so
now.
you gonna be like Janet Jackson and wait till you 50 to have kids? Girl, guess
Maybe.
what? How about I won't? How about I won't have any? Then what? What you gonna do then? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what, are you serious? Like, it was just like this level of entitlement and this level of, and then I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't even want my kids to be around you. So I don't even, but this is another like extension of the trophy. And like, girl, what? So then I remember when I was gonna get married that last time.
I be trying to let you live when you make these statements.
Because you know, let me tell you why I make them. Because people like Erica show up in the comments and she want to sit up there and make slick comments. I beat you, bitch. I said it first. That's why.
Just little tennis shoes being posted all in the comments. Run away, Brian. Run away, Brian. I was like, what's on you?
I couldn't believe that girl said that at the time. I said, that is not accurate.
She's like,
and then in hindsight, I was like,
kinda.
Maybe.
That might
I have never had a problem having someone propose to me. The issue is, am I going to do it? Right. Because I'm not about to get into an unhealthy marriage. I grew up in one of those, and I'm not doing it. So it's fine. I love myself
especially when you're talking about bringing
I'll be
kids
okay.
into it. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't feel like people put enough thought into those things. But anyway, when there are wounds or absences or seemingly things that are missing on both sides, it's really, really hard to know what to do. And something I'm really grateful for is being able to be like in energy healing sessions and in breathwork sessions and sessions with people who help you to be able to connect to your ancestors' blood that runs through you. You know, I grew up believing that talking to your ancestors was the devil, right?
Mm-hmm. Because they demonized everything.
Them white people really
spirituality
did a number on us.
And a lot of it under the guise of religion. A lot of it. And then said,
all of it almost.
And then say, don't talk about it.
Shit.
Like, but that was where the power came from. Of you're not even able to talk about the things that are affecting everyone at completely devastating levels, but it's not polite conversation, so no one knows. And it's like, that's why we do what we do. That's why we have these conversations. It's like, let's talk about the things that people said that's not what you talk about in polite company. And it's like, well, how else are you supposed to know? How else are you supposed to know that there's better for you? That's not the right answer. Like, we have to talk about it. We have to peel the layers back. But
yeah. So, Discover Your Destiny is enrolling for the summer cohort, and Discover Your Destiny feels like my if I were a parent, like the things that I would want to prepare you for, like it's like the guidebook, if you will, for how to build a deep relationship with God. Because there are people who are walking around asking the same questions. What do I do? What am I don't know what to do. Who am I even? They told me I was this person and that don't feel right, in my spirit.
Right.
And so I'm really excited about this summer cohort that's coming up. We have there are going to be people that have already gone through Discover Your Destiny. There are going to be people that have already gotten their life coach certification that are going to be in there. And then there are people who are taking the journey for the very first time. And the types of gifts that are walking into the space, like gifts in astrology and sound bowl practitioner and music artist and a librarian. And I'm just so excited. So I've been like immersed in that and like making sure that everything is good to go and all of that. And we just finished the spring cohort last week, and that was an amazing time. It's so nice because we go back and look at where you started and like what did you say that you were wanting to get out of this and how has that manifested over the 10 weeks. And so it was so beautiful. Oh my God, it's been so amazing. And so I did that, and in that I also have written a 4-page letter this week, and I had a crash out on Monday because I was sitting upstairs and I was like, God, what more do you want from me? Like, I don't know what else to do. I felt like my brain was literally ticking down, and God let me have my rant or whatever. And then God was like, you need to talk about what is actually happening, the reality of the situation, and what you have been doing to transmute that pain. And so I wrote that letter, and people are coming. And I wrote it at a time where I didn't know how I was going to pay the rent. And I was trying to figure out what that was going to look like. So the rent has been paid and I've had money to get food. So now I'm excited about that and just kind of working towards stability because, it's been a lot that has been going on, but I know that all of the spaces that we have created are what people are willing to invest into. And so I felt that was so important. And I was so proud, girl, that when I've been putting together these like pitch decks and just packets to like explain what we do and why we do what we do. You saw the one that I did for Minding My Black Ass Business?
Yes.
Yeah, and so we have, 6 talent that are over here in this universe with their own universes. And like, as I was putting it together, I said, girl, you better put some respect on yourself. Like, I'm like, oh my God. But it took for me to get to this place of being like, because I was still trying to figure it out. Like, I really was like, okay, how can I figure this out without having to go public and be like, I'm in crisis and I kind of need y'all to really, really help because this is what's been happening, especially to new populations of people that, like, I have a thing about extracting from communities without depositing. And so there were spaces that I didn't feel like I had made enough contribution to then be able to show up with my hand out. And Shekinah was like, you don't have to earn support. And like, that's capitalism. And I know that it is, of thinking that we have to earn, the opportunity to have food and housing and like all of that. So it really is like a part of the programming. And she was just like, you don't go to where you think help may be. I don't care if it's $15. Like, if somebody can help, give them the opportunity to help. And I started thinking about all the students I've had, all the teachers that I've mentored, all of the administrators that I've coached, all the people that I've met along the journey as I've been trying to get to freedom and prepare this place along the world and around the world, and all the podcasts I've been on. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Y'all, I need help. And I'm just so glad I did that because it infused a layer of stability that allows my brain to really be able to feel free to do what comes so naturally.
Yeah.
And so then I can just flow in my gifts. So, yeah, that's my yes indeed life update, and I'm gonna put the link to the archive into the chat, and I'm also going to put the link to the letter that I am referencing. I have not read anything in here. Is there anything that jumped out?
And you saying in the letter?
In the chat. No, I haven't read
Oh, I was
any
like,
of the chat things that are in
what?
here. So I didn't know if anything
Yeah,
jumped
no,
out.
you were good. We were talking about just with the religion of it all, of how, we uphold certain versions of the Bible when those same authors were also writing about demonology before that. But because it upholds the story, the power dynamic of I control this, then that is the version that we go with. And that there's so many versions, and not even the versions, but just the things that have not been included because they were not, what is it, canonized? I'm pretty sure that's the word I want.
That's the word.
That they weren't canonized to be included, and it's like, well, what are the things that they didn't want to accept as the word, and why that one got accepted in and this one didn't? So it's like that whole pick and choose piece around the Bible, or the King James version of the Bible in this case. Um, yes. So for
So let
I'm
me play a commercial real quick, just so
yeah.
we have a minute to get some water and stuff, and then we'll go into your transparency moment. I was trying to
That was
I was
short.
trying to respond to things in the chat and get girl. Hold on.
Yeah, this is a hold on.
In matter of fact, let me do this. I'm gonna do both of them. So I'll do yours
Excuse
and
me.
then I'll do mine. And then that way, or I'll do mine, then I'll do yours. Yeah,
So
that's
this
what
is
I meant
y'all's
to say.
bathroom break. This is your your
Right. Go run
intermission.
or your time to listen and write down
Write something in the chat.
these links and things. Okay.
Go visit the
But yeah.
letter.
Quick intermission. Okay. What if the thing you've always called too much was the exact thing God designed on purpose? This is for the ones who've always known they were different. Too sensitive, too loud, too knowing, too intuitive, too woo-woo. But what if your sensitivity is actually your superpower? What if your intuition was your inheritance? Discover Your Destiny is a 10-week sacred journey back to yourself. We explore the design of your soul, your spiritual gifts, and the unique way that God speaks to you. This isn't church. It's not a rule book. It's not a performance. It's the moment you stop chasing approval and start walking in divine alignment. You'll gain clarity, language, and confidence around who you are and what you are here on the earth to do. You'll learn the real voice of God. And if you feel called to go on to become a certified intuitive melanated life coach, this is where that path begins. There are 2 ways to enter this sacred container: the Destiny track, full investments and coaching experience, or the Divine Exchange track, where internship meets soul work. You'll support podcasting, content creation, or brand development behind the scenes while learning how your unique gifts benefit the collective. Your knowing isn't a flaw, it's the fingerprint of God. This is your invitation, and I hope that you'll answer.
Okay, be honest. Are you the CEO and the assistant and the person who fixes the Wi-Fi and remembers everyone's birthdays? Yeah, that's a full-time job, times 4. I'm Kalonda Jackson, Chief Visionary Officer of Visionary Executive Network. And I help people like you stop doing everything and start building businesses that don't run on chaos and caffeine. Your ideas, they're brilliant. Your systems, they might be a bit rough. Your team, they mean well, bless their hearts. But you deserve more support than vibes and AI prompt responses. And then we take all that stuff in your head, and turn it into strategy, structure, and real support. I'm talking SOPs, team clarity, peace of mind, and your weekends back. At least some of them. So if you're tired of doing the most with the least, book the call. Because burnout is not a business model. Let's build something wildly joyful by letting Vin take you from dream to done.
So please go into the chat. The comment says the lady on the screen is so fine.
Yeah, we are. We sure are.
So I'm about to post the link to Visionary Executive Network, so you all will have that as well.
Come
All
on
right.
through. Come on through.
All right. So what are your life updates? What's happening in your world?
My life updates. Well, making the connections. So I know I talked a little bit in the transparency moment about um, just being feeling motivated and excited and like creative and having all those things come back, and also tying that into not necessarily just my work with Vin and Visionary Executive Network, but also the work on the Wildly Joyful Life side of things of, how do I find the joy? How do I make that happen? How do I let people know? And I continue to find the way to get the content out, especially on the Content Kalonda side. I do have a TikTok, and hey y'all, confirmation on the Content Kalonda side of things, which is KONTNT, where I post currently very sporadically. Um, and that's the part that I'm working on getting together and getting out of my own way so that I can just post the content, so that people are able to see it and are able to find their way to me and then find their way to the lives that are full of joy that they deserve. Because I do know that they do go hand in hand. And so I've been spending a lot of time when I'm not in the Venn life cycle trying to get um, more consistent and set up for the structures in the wildly joyful life side of it all. So for you, those of you who don't know, I have a journal that helped me as I was recovering from burnout and a mental health break, basically, for lack of a better term, about 2 years ago. And it allowed me to really take time and ask myself the hard questions.
Hold on. Your sound went out. Okay, wait. I
Uh-oh.
think you're back. Talk.
Microphone checker. Ficky, ficky,
Okay, go
ficky.
ahead.
All right.
Go
That's
ahead.
my mic check.
Okay,
So
retalk it.
no worries. So the just really taking that time from recovering from burnout, recovering from a mental health crisis of my own, and using this planner that I created for myself. And it's weird to call it a planner or a journal because I feel like it does a little bit of both, but it doesn't like tie you or make you feel guilty to. I didn't put it in yesterday. I didn't drink my 8 glasses of water. Like that's not the purpose of it. It's really meant to give you time to say, who am I and what do I want? What do I want outside of putting anybody else first, outside of making anyone else a priority? What brings me joy? And I think some of the things, especially as women, when we're going through these moments where we're like, where do I go? What do I turn to? Who am I? What is happening is because we've spent so much time pouring into these titles that we carry that it's not about us, and that we're shamed in society to be selfish and to ask those questions of ourselves of like, what do I want out of this? And for me personally, it was just really hard trying to identify who am I outside of the title of wife and friend and godmother and whatever. Like, who is Kalonda? And so I was able to work through this process of identifying what those wants were, what I thought my dream life would look like, and then being able to take that a step further and create like a daily schedule of, hey, this is going to help me get there. You know, if I want to move abroad, I need to learn how to speak Spanish. So I need to give myself 30 minutes every day to be on Duolingo or do whatever I need to do in order to get the Spanish acquisition. If health is important to me, I need to find a way to incorporate moving my body. If understanding and trusting my intuition is big, I need to give myself time to meditate and to journal so I can just sit with myself for a moment. And that's not to say that any of that was perfect, and it's still not perfect, but taking that time and creating that system for myself, even when I don't do those things every day, I've set that intention for that is what I want my life to look like. So lately, I've been working on turning that into an app because it already exists as a journal where you can either interact with it through Canva or print it in your own PDF and have your own paper sheets and do your things.
Come on, app
But
developer and such.
I know, right? So having it come out in an app so it can live in your phone, you can ask yourself these questions. It integrates with whatever AI you would like to use, so that it can really create a day in the life that shows you what it looks like when you've achieved the things that you have set your dreams on. And then it helps you to create a schedule that says if you do these things along the way, you're getting that much closer to aligning your life to this dream. And it's not just a dream, it's where you can go. It is achievable. Um, so in the process of that, then that also turned into going through creating different inserts to fit into like travelers notebooks where people kind of switch them in and out, and to allow them to really live a life of like whimsical audacity where we look at people who are just mediocre getting by. I know Go ahead.
Whimsical audacity.
We
I'm like,
need it.
I like that.
We need it. I was having a
Wow.
conversation
Okay.
about like how people are just mediocre, just going by doing half the things that you're doing, and they're out there because they took the step. They did the thing where we're over here trying to perfect it and make sure that it like dots all the I's and crosses all the T's and reaches everybody and comes across polished and packaged and whatever. But when the answer is just get it done, like you just need the audacity. And some of that audacity is around being whimsical. You need to be audacious to say, I'm going to go have fun. I'm going to go blow bubbles before this show. I'm going to go paddleboarding on Thursday morning. Or, well, really, it was Thursday night. We went for sunset. But, like, just the thing. It's like, I don't have to wait for the weekend to live and love my life. Like, how do we do that in the spaces without making ourselves have to earn it by working hard enough to say, okay, I
By
deserve
doing
a
so
break?
much.
And then even during those breaks, you're kicking yourself and killing yourself because you're like, I should be doing something else. These are my other responsibilities that I need to focus on. When realizing that's your battery, that's what drives everything. Your business, yourself, your relationship is only as healthy as you are. If you are tired and exhausted and burnt out, guess what? So is your business. So are your friendships because you're not able to pour into them. You're not able to give what you don't have. And you have to start with you first. And so I know, because I have lived the other side of it, that you do have to stop and you have to course correct and say, how do I show up differently for myself? And everything
Yeah.
else is going to fall in line. But we have to give ourselves that time to say, what do I want? Like, is this life that I'm living even going to get me that little nugget of joy? This working and thinking I'm going to take a couple weeks off every year, I'm going to retire at 55, but are you retiring and living the life that you want? Or is it the life that you think you should have, And I think we are in so much more control than we give ourselves credit for. And so I really, this whimsical audacity piece, it makes me feel like it's building a bigger brand of the wildly joyful life. Like it's another piece of it, and just
I
asking.
love this.
I know. I was like, I can't wait to talk to you. I know you do. I know you do, Fred, because it's amazing. Like thinking of it, talking it through, writing it down, going through the different things, like feels good because I know. Like I know, and I know it because I use it for myself. And it's like I know where I was when I wasn't doing it, and like that's not the answer, you know. So it's like when we look at this stuff and we go, I can't do that. Like, what's the delusion? Like why do you feel like it's delusional? What proof exists out there to the contrary? And what's one small thing you can do to show yourself that it's possible? And then at the end of the year or the quarter or whatever you set, you can look back and say, what were my tiny victories? How many wins did I rack up for myself that prove that I can do this? Like it's the proof. You are the proof. Like so I'm so excited. I'm super excited. So like that has been a really big part of what I have been working on. Really excited to see how it all unfolds. My biggest thing right now and what I will need people's support in is getting y'all the content. Because I know that I am
So
also...
before we move into content, what we not finna do? What we not finna do is just throw all of this out here and not acknowledge from whence we have come. That's what we ain't finna do. Girl, what are your gifts for impacting people?
Apostle and preacher. It was preacher because I
Pastor.
was pastor. Preacher, sorry.
Yeah, so dream
'Cause-
awakener and soul healer.
yes.
And so I remember after you, like when you were like, yeah, well, you could tell them, how were you when you got it back?
I was like, nah, that doesn't seem right. Because I read the word pastor and was like, no, that's not it exactly. I'm possible. I know that's right. I read the word pastor and was like, I'm not a pastor. Like, I'm not, because I'm thinking standing up in front of people and like leading the flock and blah. And what I have done, not what I should be doing, or not even sure what I am. What I have done is I have been the support to make sure, which also falls in line with like the welcoming committee, making people feel comfortable and welcome in the space and safe. But I never saw it as the lead. And when I read pastor, that was how I read it. But then when I actually read it, was like, oh, okay, yeah. A little bit, but it does take time, and I know you were like, all right, girl, you gonna come back around because I don't know what
Because if this is not me telling you this. This is you. You put the answers in there. So this is clearly who you are. I'm just waiting on it to show up. And so as you're sitting here talking, we're speaking Discover Your Destiny talk and language talk right now, but pastors are soul healers. And so as you're sitting here talking, I'm just saying to myself, like, you're here, you are doing it, and you're so passionate about it because this is what you have lived. So you're not talking about what you heard about, you talk about what you know, y'all. This is the journey that I took. That's why I'm so passionate about Discover Your Destiny too, because it's like, this is the journey that I took. And so as you were saying that, I was like, oh wow, I wonder if there are other people who need to do journals, and that would be an interesting space to create for there to be all sorts of journals that are customized to like a certain type of journey that you're willing to take depending on where somebody might be in the universe. And so I know you're saying it, like, yeah, and I made this app. I need y'all to understand this girl made an app. Like she made an app, like it's on the internet, and figuring out how to customize it for mobile, and like it has the journal already, and like the journal 2.0. When y'all go from the 1.0 to the 2.0, baby, this is wild. So I be making movies in my head, so I'm just over here seeing the trailer. That's all.
Right.
I love that. That's awesome.
It's,
So
it's
I
wild.
heard you say, oh, I'm sorry. Was there
No,
something
go
you wanted to
ahead.
say to that before we get to this content situation?
Uh,
Because you were about to say what you need help with is what now about the content?
it's holding me accountable to sharing the content because I do know
Okay.
while I say that we are all the proof, like I know I am the proof. And that
Uh
being
huh.
able to say I was able to change and take that situation and move and find ways to live abroad and even just in the uncertainty of what that was going to look like, work through that process. And the more I share that with people, then the easier it is for them to see themselves in whatever their dream is. It's like, this is
Mm-hmm.
workable. The
Mm-hmm.
dream is not just some
Yeah.
random, pie in the sky,
Mm-hmm.
thing. It's something, if we put action behind it, you can achieve these things. Um, so I know that the content ties to, hey, I'm not just talking out my ass. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
really
Mm-hmm.
did. If you were to look at my calendar, it is full of the things that I said, okay, like if I'm committing to this and to this life and building it, this is what I need to do every day. And even if I'm
Mm-hmm.
imperfect in it, that is still my North Star to help me get there. Like, I lose my phone, I don't have no GPS. I can look at that North Star of
Mm-hmm.
this is where it's supposed to be and let that guide me in that direction. And I can still make better choices for myself or choices that align with the life that I want. So the content is
Yeah.
first.
So what does holding you accountable look like, or like what does that feel like for you? Like how does that
Hmm.
need to look for you to feel supportive?
Thank you. I think that's a great question. I also laugh when people tell people that they're great questions because then like I get them when I ask people interview questions and I'm like, thank you. Like that's what we here for. But thank you. So anyway,
Yeah, that's what I do. But
like
also
that's what
you're
I do.
welcome.
Right, right. Very much that. But anyway, um, I think even just like even though it doesn't seem like I listen to them, when people are like, oh, you crochet, I never saw the end of your mood blanket that's laying in the bed over there. Like I want to see what you're working on or what works in progress do you have? Because I think what stops me, one, just the actual physical editing, do the thing, but not even that. I think it's is what is the most impactful for you guys. Like I want to make sure that it also resonates with you. So it's like if it's saying, hey, like, hey girl, what you up to? It's like, oh well, let me show you. But sometimes in that
Mm-hmm.
silence of it all, it's like, oh, nobody's really checking for me. They
Nobody's
got their
checking
other
for me.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'll go about
Mm-hmm.
my business, keep my head down,
Mm-hmm.
and make journal 3.0. But I haven't shown them why 1 to 2 were helpful in the first place. So I think just
Mm-hmm.
even knowing, like, hey, there's people out there that, and I know they are, but the brain needs it sometimes. Like sometimes it's just the
Mm-hmm.
encouragement of so and so's looking for
Yeah.
you. Where you at?
Yeah. Yeah. And so to that point, you all like commenting is really helpful to us because it lets us know like that you're here, you're listening, you got questions, you're engaging. So feel free, to share that stuff or check in and hey, what happened to the thing? What y'all doing for crafty cousins? Like and we will, intentionally respond and make sure we do that. So I'm looking forward to this journey and I'm really
Yes.
excited about it. And I'm glad that you are coming back to figuring out what it looks like for it to not feel overwhelming. I feel like there things are overwhelming in different ways for different people. And
Right.
so one of the reasons why we had started from Auntie with Love is because we were trying to figure out, like with content, how do we manage all of this?
Mm.
Because it is a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes. So even as I'm saying, like we need a producer for all these shows, we would love to have a producer for every show. Amen. It would be,
Amen.
how in Kev on
Hallelujah.
stage they got Joshua Guns. That is a huge help, right? And I heard you say editing. I'll uplift editing. If editing is in your spirit and you like, I want to be able to do that, even if it's not podcast editing. Like we had
Right.
an editor and have an editor that hopefully will be joining us during Discover Your Destiny, but she wants to do documentaries.
Love
Girl, you know
it.
how many
I
universities we
know.
have over here that could do documentaries?
Right.
Girl, you know how
Right.
long we've been documenting this journey from the very
Child.
beginning? Girl, you
Child.
could dock your ass off over here, right? So even if it's something that is not like podcast editing, if you are really passionate about reels and making things that are funny and putting in different Easter eggs and like all that. We need all of that because that is not our area of expertise. Now we know what we know. So when those things are standing in the way, it becomes an obstacle. And so,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I wanted to uplift that too because I'm certain that there are people that are finding us that are like, nah, I could edit, you know, a video, or I can commit to every other week pulling clips you
Yeah.
know, from the videos, because right now a lot of that y'all be falling on me or falling in these spaces, falling on us, you know, like that's on us. So it would be amazing to have people who can support with that.
Yes.
And we are open to the barter system. So there are lots of things that you can learn within our universe that can help
Yes.
you to build your own and to build skills and skills that you can get to monetize. Knowing how to be a virtual producer, let me let you know, it's a lot of us aunties and unks out here that don't really know how to produce podcasts, and y'all haven't even gotten the best. When y'all come over there to heal that shit with Bianca Goolsby, it's all
Child.
kind of things. We have this music videos and everything happen over
Whole,
there in that
all of
universe
it.
because that's
All of it.
Bianca producing. You see, when Kimberland is producing, it is bare minimum, okay? Because I can't spend all day doing this. I have so
Child.
much else I have to do.
You let
So
me put it out,
anyway,
it's gonna
make
be
yourself
unedited
known.
live every time. Be like, this is
And
what happened. All right,
that's why I
bye.
did live for so long. That's why I did live. That's why this is live. And that's why we don't have no clips because we're just here. So before we get ready to get into the real things of what's happening, I do want to go ahead and do our ceremony that we don't really have mapped out. But as far as what ceremonies actually look like, let me make sure they're still here. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong profile.
Uh,
Okay, so
Come
we had a
on.
hand that was raised earlier that
Mm-hmm.
has been saying with consistency. What was the song? All this love is waiting for you,
You,
my
my
baby.
baby,
Dun, dun, my
my
sugar, or
sugar.
something like that.
Our
I don't
darling, one
know.
of them.
I don't
I
know.
think. I think there's both, depending
Um,
on what.
yeah, so we want to give Embrace All That Is You her credentials for stepping into the role as moderator. Wait, I don't
Woo!
have my applauses up. There they are. Yay! So embrace all that is you. You are going to have to. You can give a thank you speech if you would like in the chat.
Yes,
Feel free to
please.
do that. Please
TD
share
Toasty.
your emojis so that TD Toasty is cute, Kalonda.
She's TD Toasty.
TD Toasty, it is.
We have
TD
patted you.
Toasty. TD Toasty, it is.
Done.
Oh, I love that. So, welcome TD Toasty to the Toasties. And so she'll be a moderator in this space and in other spaces. And
Love
also, TD
it.
Toasty, you can have as many identities as you would like in these different spaces. Feel free to create all the alter egos that you would like. Make sure that you put your emojis in TD Toasty so they know who you are and when you're showing up around the space. Okay, so I wanted to do that before we get into this shit that's happening out here in this
The shit show.
world.
So, I'm gonna start with, it's part of the end of mine, but I only put it there because I felt like there was some crossover to what we were talking about earlier, but it's not related.
Go
Anyway,
for it.
um, so are you familiar? I came up in 2016 on YouTube with the makeup girlies and the like
Jackie
makeup
Aina and
Shayla,
them.
yes, makeup Shayla, makeup by Shayla, Jackie Aina, Laura Lee, Jeffree Star for a little bit, all of them. I was in there. I was in it. And
Jackie Aina
so,
came across, but I wasn't deep off in there. It must have been tangential.
oh, okay, gotcha. So, how familiar are you with Sir James Charles?
So I don't really know that man, but I saw the people talking about him and getting him, what you say, snatching him by his nose hairs.
By his
I
nose
saw that
hairs, child.
happening, but I don't really know too much. Apparently, he is incredibly problematic and also
Aside from this,
needs to be in
yes.
jail. Oh,
Facts. PDF.
I have a drink water notification.
Okay,
So I'm
okay,
gonna go and get some water, but I got you on my ear. Okay.
okay.
So what
Because
else
I'm
you
gonna
want
need
to
you to
ask
press
me
a
about this
button.
man?
Well, because when you come back, I'm gonna have you press some buttons
Okay.
so we can show the people what's happening
Oh,
with
what he
this man
did?
and why
You want to do
he's.
that now?
Well, I don't want to mess up your water now. You gotta listen to your body. Don't put
No. Well,
yourself
why the
off.
thing is Kalonda, why you just turned into your mama just now? Why did you do that?
I'm like, now look.
You channeled her spirit right on in here, girl. That was funny. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm like, now look, because I will run around in a circle, but listen to your
Girl,
body.
oh my God. You remember that one time when your heel had broken the street?
Y'all, that was Essence, right? What was that? Okay, I was like, some
It was
concert.
Essence.
It was Essence. We trying to get away from the Superdome so we can
Oh my
get,
God.
my God,
Just trying.
so we can get an Uber. We were just trying to get to an Uber, okay? So we walk across the street. I have to go to the bathroom. Lord knows I have the world's small. It's not even the world's smallest bladder. I just don't go to the bathroom when I need to go. So anyway, I have to go to the bathroom. We're walking down the street. It's dark. It's New Orleans. It's probably like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, I imagine. I'm walking. We kind of trying to like get across the street. My heel breaks in the middle of the road, right? Like completely breaks. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, fine. So now I'm trying to like not fall, pick myself up, run across the street, get to safety because the cars don't give a shit. They do not care at all. So finally get over to safety. I'm standing like actually in the grass. I'm not even on the sidewalk because I'm barefoot on this one foot standing there talking to Kim, laughing. Then I'm like, ow, ow, ow. I'm standing in a fucking anthill. Like, so, all that to say, listen to your body. Because if I had maybe
Oh my
gone to the
God.
bathroom before we left the Superdome,
Oh my
I wouldn't have been
God.
trying to
If we
scurry
wouldn't have been
across the
so
street.
urgent. Y'all
Exactly.
don't even understand. Kalonda had on wedges, right? I'm about to pee on myself right now in this moment. Kalonda had on wedges. And so imagine, right, she walking in the wedges, and one of the wedges breaks, so then she just on her tiptoes still walking because the car's
Trying to get out the
She
way.
didn't miss a step. She
Trying to
didn't
be
miss
cute
a
because my shoe is broken.
Oh my God. That night was
So,
crazy.
but yeah, listen to your
Oh,
body. So don't put
oh
yourself.
shit.
don't make yourself wet
Oh my
because I'm
God.
standing in the air.
No. No, I'm gonna go while while the clip is playing.
Okay. So first clip is
Um
how it gets brought to us. So this is Jackie Aina getting him together. So this is I'm gonna let y'all know in advance. It's a 3-clip story here, but it goes somewhere. It
okay.
goes somewhere. I promise.
Okay. So let me make sure I got what am I pressing?
The first one,
Which one? Okay.
assistant principal.
I got it. All right. What I was about to say,
And that's why we need producers now.
that
So
day.
Kim can
I
get
feel
one.
like this is why we need producers. This is exactly why we need producers. Exactly why. This is real life situation of why. Okay. So what kind? So I'm trying to catch this man talking at the beginning, but it's not really letting me do that. So hold on. Let me make sure the volume is turned up. Okay, he just talking foolishness right at the very, very beginning. Okay, cool. Hold on. Okay. So he starts off saying, I just got a DM on here.
Mm.
Oh, let me make sure the sound is shared. Okay. So his name is James Charles. Now,
James
also,
Charles.
what's Jackie Ina people called? They probably gonna be coming for me one day because I be talking about her sometimes.
I'm not recalling it at the moment.
You don't know. It's
I don't
okay.
know
But here we go.
what her
This
people
this
are called.
video actually came up in my feed. I don't follow her anymore.
Oh, okay.
But this did actually come
Understood.
up in my feed.
From a
Got
girl
it.
said,
Yeah.
"Good morning, James. I know you'll probably
Can you
never see
hear it?
this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's a GoFundMe link. Any donations help." I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job.
Jobless behavior, by the way, on his part. Very jobless behavior on James Charles' part. James and I are considered peers. I'm a content creator. He's a content creator. I'm a founder. He is a founder. We are technically considered peers. I normally like to mind my business. I don't like to come after other creators. This is probably one of the, I thought this was fake. Is this fake? I don't think James has ever had a real job. I don't think he's ever had a job that isn't social media, that isn't an independent contractor. I don't think he's ever clocked in. I don't think he's ever had a W-2. I don't think he's ever done any of that. The way you're talking to this person shows, and it's very disgusting and it's very inappropriate.
You could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled. And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you. Why? Why would I ever help?
James Charles, in 2026, the job market right now is the worst that it's ever been. And as bad as I envisioned this video being, as I kept watching it, it just got worse because what do you mean you're lazy?
And you think that I'm gonna send you money because you lost your job? Oh my God, welcome to the real world, sweetheart. People lose their jobs every fucking day.
I understand not wanting to be a bank. I understand not wanting to be treated like a disposable source of income all the time. I understand that. I get it. But not responding was also an option. A very respectable and easy option. You simply could have just not responded. It's the fact that you turn on your camera, you recorded this seemingly sober, question mark, and you posted it. For what? You thought we was gonna be on your side? Absolutely not. What's particularly annoying about this is that I know ain't nothing gonna happen. I'm not saying that I want something to happen to you, but all I'm saying is as a white man, you can turn on your camera, talk absolutely crazy out the side of your neck, and it's going to warrant zero consequences for you, much like many other things. I don't know what the hell inspired this post, but that was absolutely a terrible take.
Pissed me off, okay? I'm not the one. Go find fucking Mr. Reese. This is literally his entire shtick. He's like, go find that video to compete in, baby. I'm not helping you. I'm not fucking helping you. All you did was lost your job, okay? Welcome to the real world. What are we gonna do? Nothing.
I just feel like to never have to have entered the workplace yourself and to say something like this takes an insane amount of privilege. It's just literally oozing from this video, from his damn flat top. I'm confused. I'm confused what you thought we was gonna get from that. That was absolutely terrible and you really should have kept it. It's honestly very rare that I respond to other influencer scandals or when they get dragged. Like it has to be something that directly affects me. I feel like I caught a stray because what in the world was that? And I think I also just have a problem. Like right now we have a gender pay gap. We have a race pay gap. I've literally been dragged for much less. It begs the question, like how comfortable do you have to be to get to that point to where you just are saying it with your chest? I think this was disgusting. You may need to clear that GoFundMe just for what you did. I'm sorry. I've lived through every era of the beauty industry. Literally every era, the worst of the worst. That's probably one of the worst things I've ever seen an influencer say willingly on camera. Also, I have to say this, we've been down this road before. When other influencers mess up in the public eye, do not tag me in these scandals and expect me to respond to everybody. I'm absolutely not. I am not the beauty community school principal. This one really pissed me off. This will definitely not become a pattern. I'm sorry, I just had to say something.
I just got a DM on here from a girl.
So that wild, right? So
I was grateful to see that being her take though, because one of the things that frustrates me about her is the whole luxury and like
right.
the excessiveness, but I was grateful to see that that was her take, because yeah, she's also disconnected. So
Right.
it's interesting. So for her to then be like, and you even more disconnected, yeah,
Like
because
you
y'all
are
need to get
not
it together.
in touch. So the next, and I know I'm sorry, these are normally not this long, y'all. The the next one is his apology. So I think
Okay.
it definitely
Oh, he
bears a moment.
apologized.
Sure.
Okay. Let me make sure the sound is on. All right.
In the video that I posted yesterday talking about people who send me GoFundMe links that have never followed, supported, DM me before, just begging for money. And most people were like enjoying the video, saying it was a valid point, but it definitely started causing some discourse in the comments. And a lot of people were just saying it was out of touch and insensitive. And they're right. It was definitely a harsh choice of words, maybe not my best video. And I deleted it, but of course the internet is forever. And now a lot of content creators are using like the 5-second clip in the very beginning where I'm like, you're a lazy piece of shit, get a new job, to upload their cute little think pieces being like, influencers are all so out of touch. This is so disgusting. You don't know how hard it is in the job market these days. Oh my God, give me a fucking break. I am out of touch, first and foremost, okay? I am never going to be one of those influencers that gets online and pretends to be poor so I can come across as relatable to my audience. I think it's tacky, I think it's annoying, and I also think it's quite insulting to the audience watching, as if you guys are going to be fooled into thinking that. You've been watching me for 10 years now. It's no secret that I have been able to find success doing what I've done. It didn't start that way, though. I started from literally nothing and had a dream for myself and was determined to literally do anything to make it happen, and luckily, I've been blessed to be able to do that and now call this my full-time job. The reason I made that video yesterday, though, was a lot of people these days do not have the make it work mentality. They have no desire to actually put in the effort to try to fix a problem and get themselves out of a situation. They immediately result in asking for help. And don't get me wrong, I don't think there's anything wrong with asking for help. In my personal opinion, though, it should be a last resort. If you disagree, that's totally fine. That's your personal opinion. I'm not going to apologize for having mine. There's a lot of people responding back to the video being like, oh my gosh, he has no idea how hard the job market is. I've been applying for new jobs for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years now, and I've literally heard back nothing from any of the jobs. I'm sorry that that is happening to people. I know that the job market fucking sucks. I've heard so many horror stories. I can't even imagine what that's like. Those are the people, in my opinion, that are totally valid and asking for help. The person that I made the video about yesterday lost their job last week at Spirit Airlines, along with 17,000 other people. And granted, I don't know this person. Maybe making a GoFundMe link was really their last resort. I just personally do not believe that to be the case, because I know for a fact that they sent the same exact DM to hundreds of different influencers and celebrities. This person did not follow me. They have never DM'd me previously. They have never supported me on any social platforms. They have never purchased from Painted. This person was literally just spam copying and pasting this DM to every person that they assumed had money to offer them. And I'm sorry, just because somebody has money does not mean that you're entitled. I'm sorry if that comes across as insensitive or privileged or mean, but welcome to the real world. It's fucking hard out there. Nobody owes anybody anything. The universe will constantly remind you of that. And a little bit of effort goes a really, really long way sometimes. I stand behind what I said, 10 toes down. Instead of spending an hour copying and pasting the same DM to 100 different celebrities or influencers, you could have spent the same amount of time copying and pasting a job application to hundreds of different companies. Or, hear me out, put in a little bit of effort. If you want to send the DMs, at least spend 20 seconds before you hit send, customizing it to the person that you're asking for money from, right? Hi, sister. James, I've been watching your YouTube videos since I was a teenager. You really taught me how to do makeup and have positively impacted my life every single Friday. Hey, I'm in this shitty situation. Do you think that you could help? Probably would have gone a lot further than a generic message. Or instead of copy and pasting the same job application to hundreds of different companies, send in 10 job applications to companies that you really care about and you think you could fit in with, and then customize your application and your cover letter, letting these recruiters or hiring people know that you're the best candidate for this job and why they should want you on their team. I know putting in the extra work and effort probably feels useless when you know that you're in a sea of DMs or job applicants, but trust and believe, as somebody who's now on the other side of things, the little bit of extra effort does go a very long way. And unfortunately, taking the easy route is usually never going to work. That's just my 2 cents. Just a word of advice. You can take it, you can leave it. It's all good. I just wanted to provide some more context on my video yesterday because I do not like how it's being twisted and taken out of context. It was definitely never my intention to undermine anybody who's trying to work and provide a better future for themselves, their family, and their loved ones. I just don't exactly think that that is what this person was trying to do, or at least the right way to go about doing it. So I ended up deleting.
Wow.
That's what I was, and it's long, but I was like, even from Jackie Ina's video, like, and she had even said, like, the more I watched it, the worse it was. Like, I didn't have the context till I saw it and was like, he said, what now? Like, as an apology, as a take on what's happening. And so I thought it was very important to show, like, what he actually said, because he also said, I stand 10 toes down on it, like, whether he deleted the video or not. But I'm just like, there were just several things throughout of, like, one, you just didn't feel like they tailored it to make you feel special enough to be asking for help, that it was just a copy paste job. So that was really your main point to me. But aside from all of that, these people that worked with Spirit had jobs. They weren't looking for jobs. Like, this happened out of nowhere. There were literal people stuck in airports that even worked with Spirit and had to come home on a different airline because they couldn't get home. So it's like, this wasn't something where
did they shut down? Did they shut it down early?
I don't know that they shut it down early, but they were shutting down flights before they officially closed. So, like,
that's what I saw.
If they closed on a Tuesday, then Monday night the flights stopped going out and people were getting rebooked. But then the company was closed on Tuesday or whatever the days were. So it was like, this is no time. And then at what point are you expecting people to ask for help? I mean, when you know you need help, you know you need help. People, it's taken 6 months to a year for people to find jobs that are actively looking and applying every day and all day and whatever. Like, most people are 1 to 2 checks away from being homeless. Not broke. 1 to 2 checks from being homeless. You miss 1 check, that's it. So people aren't walking around and traveling and doing all these things with all this extra money in their back pocket. Like, this is the last resort. And you could have just shut the fuck up.
That's what I was like. What makes you think that this isn't the last? You know how, and look, I just finished talking about the 4-page letter and how I was like, I didn't want to send this out. You think, can you imagine the type of last resort you got to be on to say, I'm going to just start asking these influencers that I've been following and supporting for however long, because I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do, and to make it seem like it's just so simple to just go out and find a new job, like, that is not that easy. It is not easy at all.
That's not a thing.
Like, it's not a thing. It's not
people
a
with
thing.
experience,
like,
with degrees, it don't matter. Like,
it don't even matter.
17,000 of us just got dumped into this same job
at one time.
Where you think we all going? What do you think there was already
in ice?
Child, there was already a crisis. Like, this is not how this works. And it's like, there are so many different ways. Like, if you wanted to get your 2 cents off, like, you could have not told us. We didn't need to be in the conversation. We didn't know it happened. Like, you could have reached out to this person and been like, look, I don't know you. You don't follow me, whatever. But here's some resources. You know, good, if you feel like they need to pull themselves up by the bootstraps.
To care about human beings.
Well, you know, that's the part I take for granted.
And
well,
it seems that is he queer?
Yes. So it's like
epitome of white privilege and blind spots, and like you said, it's to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. It's the capitalism. It's all of it, and that's why I said too. It's 111, y'all. That I stopped. The reason I stopped following Jackie Ina was because of this. I'm like, I cannot. How much perfume do you need? How much more do you need? Right. So I can't support this anymore. So I'm happy to see her landing on the right side of this. But all of that is like this. There are people that I'm people.
Yes.
I am
Like
literally people.
You talk about.
I don't even have a chair in my fucking apartment. I am people.
There are no ethical billionaires. All of these things. We're looking at, when I talked last time, people bidding millions of dollars on watches. And then you have people making billions with a B off of the backs of people currently and defrauding our government and the people. Super side note, super short side note. Do you know that damn Trump phone, the phone that he was supposed to come out when he ran for president and was like, it's going to be made in America and gold backed,
I didn't
and
know
you
nothing
pay
about
your
that, but I believe
so
it.
yeah,
I just thought
there
it was
was
the tennis shoes.
I do remember the tennis shoes. I forgot about those. No, but he was supposed to be making this cell phone, this Trump phone, and people could pay $100 as a deposit. I think it was $100, and put in a deposit, and they had a date of when it was supposed to come out. Date came and went. Okay, try it again. Date came and went. Okay, try it again. They tried to say that it didn't come out because of the government shutdown. But the company that was supposedly making it was private and had nothing to do with the government. So why would it have been impacted by the shutdown? Then, now the whole time, the website is changing the information. It then takes the deposit from being a deposit for purchase to an opportunity to purchase if this phone is ever made. People paid $100 deposit, $100 deposits, haven't gotten any money back. It's been 2 years now, I think. Might be 2 years or a year and a half of whenever he said he was going to do this phone. That to the tune of like $59 million. These are his supporters. These are his supporters that he fleeced this money from. This is what people are doing. But anyway, that was all that was. Now the third video is just very interesting.
No, wait. I was just about to say, and this is why I'm being so passionate about the archive, because it's $5 and you get access to all of this, because people be out here scamming people for real. And to the tune, and it's a crowdfunding, but it's crowdfunding in a way that is manipulating and stealing from and all of that, right? So it's like somebody had commented yesterday, and they were like, I had $10 in my account, and I said, let me go on in there and see what they're talking about, because that's like the value that it holds. And that exists in so many different ways that people will take that and invest in something. And it's just, it's wild. It's really wild. It's really, they wild. They wild. It's amazing. It's a wild time right now.
Girl.
It's a wild time. Okay, so this third one is what now?
Press the button. Just keep in mind what we have watched and discussed.
Okay.
And this is a little throwback video for him.
Oh, this is from before. It says TikTok ban 1 year ago today. Wait, let me refresh it. So, because it looked like it had already started playing.
This sucks. This fucking sucks. And I really hope that something turns around and this video is going to be so embarrassing in 24 hours if this app is still here, but...
Not you was on the internet crying, asking for help, and wanting people to
and I really hope
show
that
up for you.
something turns around and this video is going to be so embarrassing in 24 hours if this app is still here, but... This sucks. This fucking sucks.
I just wanted to see what some of these comments said over here. Why he's sitting up here fucking white man tears.
I was
white
like,
man tears even worse than white
is
woman
this
tears.
you, girl? You talking about people on? You talking about people just need to go get a job? This was you not even a year ago crying on this very TikTok app, talking about, oh my God, what am I gonna do if they ban this app? Because the app is your fucking job. So you do understand what happens if you lose your source of income. So how can you then turn around and display this level of just inhumanity, non-empathy? Like what? Like You started the video saying the internet is forever. Negro, we can pull this up. What you look like, snotting
He don't
on
care.
the internet, and you're out here trying to shame somebody for doing any and everything that they could to get their life. You don't know their situation. The worst thing somebody could say is no. You could have just said no. You could have said nothing. But instead, you stood up here like you're this holier than thou, like epitome of work ethic and making it on your own.
Why would you expect more from him? Why would you expect?
It's not that I would expect more. It's the fact that he had his reaction when the thought of being threatened with losing his job and not being able to then draw that line and extrapolate it to someone who actually did lose their job.
To do that?
Because it happened to him. If nothing else, usually because usually, if nothing else, someone can take something that happened to them personally and apply that to other people at a bare minimum. I'm not asking him to stand outside of it and display empathy and walk in someone else's shoes and understand where they're coming from. But this was literally a point you were at.
I don't expect him to relate because he pulled himself up by his bootstraps.
Bullshit.
TikTok wasn't banned, and he didn't have the crisis, and he pulled himself up by his bootstraps. So you should do the same. I don't expect him. First of all, empathy is a learned skill. You learn how to care about other people, right? And I would not expect no white privileged man to give a fuck about being empathetic. I don't care.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't even calling it empathy because empathy is not. You don't have to go through it. You don't have to go through it to be empathetic. Right. The thought of that is I wouldn't expect them to connect. But I would have at least expected his own lived experience to have given him perspective. But to have the takeaway be, oh, why are you on here? Why are you asking for help? And it's like, you asked for help. Why did you ask for help?
Because I deserve help. Because I pulled myself up by my bootstraps and you didn't, you lazy bitch. Not. Like and that's what I would expect.
And I'm like, that's crazy
what I would expect from a white privileged man who has access to places and things. That is exactly what I would expect from him. It's crazy still. But I definitely expect it. I'm not shocked in the least.
She said never. So that was my, what the hell moment. And especially because of everything that happened with Spirit, it has so many layers. Because, yes, you have the impact, obviously, to the people that no longer have a job. You also have the impact to the people who were relying on that for transportation and whatever their plans were and moving around. And then the impact on the people who, after the fact that it's gone, are now dealing with a market that has less competition in it and the ability for these other companies to now charge whatever they want. So it's and they immediately are. On one hand, I look at Spirit because they had said there was an opportunity, obviously, well, not obviously, but there was an opportunity that the government was offering to bail them out, right? And the offer was, we're going to give you, I think it was $500 million or something like that to bail them out. But what they wanted from Spirit was they wanted half of the fleet to go to the Department of War to be used as planes to fight. And then they wanted 90% ownership or something crazy of the company. And so Spirit was like, yeah, you could take that deal and shove it. And so that was why the buyout and I keep saying buyout because that's what it was. It wasn't a bailout. You weren't trying to leave Spirit intact. Because even with, if they had said yes and stayed open, that still would have impacted thousands of people. Because if you're taking half the fleet, you don't need that full workforce anymore. And they're not in the military, so they're not able to just switch on over in a private capacity. So it's that's happening. Then you look at, like I said, people being able to utilize additional airplanes and other aircrafts and airlines. JetBlue is now in danger. Those are two budget airlines, and they are what helps to drive the competition in the market. And that will keep people from being able to move about freely. It's going to restrict the amount of freedom that people have and access. So it's when we're talking about things get your passport, get your kids' passports, find somewhere while we still have the ability to go into these different countries with a little bit of ease, like, and go, okay, what are some of my alternatives? Because it's gonna get to a point where that window closes very quickly, and by the time you realize, it's usually too late. So, and again, I feel like we say this a lot, like, it's not to instill fear, it's just to drive preparation and planning. And if the plan is for you to stay, then what does that look like for you to stay and maintain your health and your community? Because that's what you're going to need, because this government is not here for that at all.
Lock in, twin.
I'm like, go with God. And then on top of that,
and it's very intentional.
Everything
very
else.
intentional.
Right.
On top of
that, we got
that's the name of this segment.
Right, child. I like it. Hantavirus. Anybody heard about that? So we're back to like a couple years ago. I don't know if anybody remembered having to stay home. There were a lot of things happening. It was a very scary time for some people. There was a lot of loss. People lost family members. It was a lot of change, and the world changed after that pandemic. And now, depending on kind of who you ask, there's questions about, one, how hantavirus got started, how it mutated or was transmitted, how far it's actually spreading currently, and what the real risk is to people. But when we're talking about things like travel and where you're going and how you're getting there and the safety in that movement, these are also things to consider, on top of the fact that we're in the middle of an actual war. Like, so it's just, we're all having a great time right now. It's like, this is something where we can look at different weather patterns from global warming that they're saying are actually tied to the movement of this virus. We can look at just proximity and access to health information, where there were research studies that were done into this virus that were halted because apparently they weren't important to the world to have. So we didn't do any additional work. We've canceled our integration and membership basically with the WHO. So we're not even getting actual information. RFK Jr. is our friggin' Health and Human Services. Like, that's not good for anybody. Marjorie Taylor Greene is back talking about take ivermectin. And I'm just like, you know what? This time around, y'all got it. You don't want to wear your mask? Don't. You want to shine light and drink bleach? Go for it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. If there's another pandemic, do what you want to do. Because y'all said we're not vaccinated. We're not taking these vaccines. I'm not wearing a mask. Like, I'm going to be out here bebopping about. I'm going to Mardi Gras. I'm going to Essence. I'm going on cruises. I'm living like the world is open. I'm telling you right now, with the resources that we have left, even in the United States, they are actively trying to cull the herd. They are saying there's too many people. All of this is set up to impact as many people as possible. And they've already removed the protections and the social services that could have been there to help some of the most vulnerable of the population. So the look for help that could be coming, it's not there. Like, we literally are all we have, And it's like, yes, it's at the beginning. We don't want people going out buying toilet paper and all the water and all the things. But, like, you have to be mindful of where you're getting your news and that you're actively seeking it out, because they're not going to tell us. We didn't know that people were walking around in Georgia that had gotten off this ship early. Like, they had originally said there were only 23 people that left the cruise, and it turned out that it was 40. And it only came out because somebody on the ship said it. Like, oh yeah, no, there was like 40 people that left early.
So let me give a little bit of context for anybody who might
I
not
know, I just jumped on in
know
there.
these
Sorry, y'all.
things. It's all right because it's a lot, and it needed to all be said. When you said who is the World Health Organization,
Yes.
and so that is the coalition of international countries that come together in public health and epidemiological studies
Say
and
that 5 times
traveling
fast.
of diseases. I know, right? Diseases and things around the world. That we also would like to let it be known that the United States has pulled out of the World Health Organization, as well as I don't know what the status of the CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control, is in the U.S., but I believe it was defunded and shut down. So y'all can tell
Study.
us in the
Yeah.
comments if you know. Nonetheless, the state of healthcare in the United States of America has always been trash, and now it is trasher. Okay.
Trasher.
The other thing is that Melissa Fredericks be saying it was worse and not is worse,
Now
sir.
it's worse,
Like, so
sir. Yeah.
yeah. The other thing is that this cruise is not just a regular cruise. This is not like Carnival Cruise Line or Royal Caribbean.
Right.
The tickets for the cruise are like $30,000 a piece. So these are people that have access and privilege, just like this boy this man we just finished talking about, where they feel like rules don't apply to them. So
Correct.
things like
I'ma just get
wearing a
off.
mask and not getting off of a boat knowing that the incubation period
There's an
for
active
this
contagion.
disease is up to 8 weeks, and then just walking around the world as you see fit, knowing that you was just on this boat. Then I saw that they're gonna dock somewhere in Spain, like a island or something in Spain, but they were saying that they won't come into the population because the I don't know this man's position, but he's from the
Oh, Jennifer
World
or
Health
somebody.
Organization. Yeah, but he wrote the letter basically saying this is not a pandemic. This is not 2020, and they're not going to come into your population and like all of that. And I thought that was interesting. Never seen that before. But then it also made me like just really wonder and think about the level of distrust and mistrust for organizations like any of these, especially for people who live in the US, because everything has been gutted, so you don't have access to it anymore. They're telling you one thing while something else is happening. But then also, like it is, I can very plausibly see this is a problem. Now, mind you, I'm a biologist, right? When the first time that I was going to go to grad school was going to be to study pathogenic microbiology. I also was considering getting my master's in maternal and child health care in public health, right? So this kind of stuff is very easy to be like, this finna be a problem, right? So then when I saw they letting people off the ship, why would you do that? Well, they're people with privilege. So of course you let them off the ship, right? And why would you just distribute them all across the world? We don't think
Everywhere.
that, and I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist here. But also, you don't think that it is intentional to drop people off that have been attached to a virus that has a 40% death rate in various places across the country. Some of these places being small Caribbean islands that do not have a lot of contact with the outside world, and now you've dropped off a contagion. Is this not consistent in what has happened with the indigenous peoples of the world and the populations that have been wiped out by disease? Like, is this not history like repeating itself? So then for this letter to say that it's not like, don't worry, it's fine, we just gonna get them back to their home places, but then when they go to their home places, then what? And then what? You know? So I am very much ready to hunker down.
The facts.
And I know that COVID was a time where many people, there were a mixed number of feelings, and people interacted during COVID in different ways, and like their lives showed up differently in COVID. So I don't ever want to minimize that, but like the level of peace and solitude that I was able to have during COVID, nobody was looking for me. Nobody was expecting me to be anywhere. we got to be in club quarantine.
Yes.
And the memory just came up the other day with Jill Scott and Erykah Badu's verses.
Oh,
And
wow.
I had me a candle lit and I was sipping some wine, and that was a good time with them too. Like it was, and so for me, I'm trying to create that in my world right now in preparation, because
Right.
I'm over it. I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not playing this game with y'all. Like
At
I'm
all.
not participating in this. And also I love my apartment. Like I love where I live. I don't ever have to go outside. That is
You know?
not mandatory for me to live. I have a balcony that I can step out on and get me some sun. I don't have to be walking around the world with other people. It is just not a part of the life that I need to live. So I've kind of just conditioned myself to just be like, look like I'm gonna be at the house.
Seriously. Seriously. And it's like you said, not to make light of the situation, but when I say that I was built for the pandemic, like I am an only, like I grew up as an only child, so I talk to myself. I read the books. I think I'm funny. Like my friends at the time were already in different states. So, the virtual situation, that was fine. Like if anything, I think it made people more connected in some ways than they had been when they had the ability to see each other and hang out. So it was just like, okay. And then it completely introduced me to a life where, yes, everything can be delivered to your house. Like, I don't have to go to the grocery store. It's what? Sign me up. So, anyway, again, two things can be true at the same time. Awful time. I was essential. I had to go to work. I had to be with the people who didn't want to put their masks on or like wearing it like this. Like, it was it was not fun. Like it was not fun being out and about when that stuff was going on, because you also didn't have the information, and it was a scary time. So it's like, but the overall go sit down somewhere, I'm team go sit down somewhere. Like they could say tomorrow, hey y'all, for the next 8 weeks, we just gonna shut this shit down just to make sure we don't add nobody else to the list of who might be contacted. I would be perfectly fine with that. That sounds like a good idea to me. Why is no one else doing it? Like, just nip it in the bud.
This
Because
is
it's not
I'm
about the
trying
people.
not to create the next iteration of Outbreak, Contagion, whatever else other movies have made, but I don't see a pathway out of it. I really
I
don't.
know.
And this
I
is
know.
what I mean, like what we mean when we be saying like build community. One thing is that rush to go back to in person after COVID was wild to me, because one of the things that we did find out, mind you, at the time I was with Beautiful Brown Girls, and so we had already, just like this, had already built the infrastructure for virtual spaces where women could come, because we were all over the US. And
Right.
so it's that same, again, kind of infrastructure over here at Minding My Black Ass Business now, where it's like there are virtual spaces, but like a lot of the push was for people to go back into the office so that those companies could feel like they had got their money's worth, because they paid them that rent or them leases for them office buildings.
Exactly.
So we got to get people in here to do that, when that's not even the most efficient way for a lot of jobs to even show up anyway,
At
right?
all.
So it's like that's always been wild to me. And so, and also being somebody who has left home and not being at home, it is it's really interesting how people forget that we had access to people virtually. Like it's very possible, and
Right.
people try to act like in person is the only way
Yeah.
to be able to exist. It's really wild to me. But yeah, I think we are gonna have to figure out what this next season looks like, because it's a lot. It is a lot. It is
Yeah.
really a lot.
It's so much.
So yeah, we'll have to get back, and maybe we'll think next time we can talk through some different things that we can do during the next
The new
panorama,
the new
and how we
panini.
going
What's gonna be the
how
new
we gonna
panini
entertain
activity?
ourselves, and what other types of activities y'all want to see. We could do all sorts of things. We got paint nights, we could have
You know,
body doubling, and we got
learn all the
co-workings, we got
new
all sorts of things.
all the
So
things. Learn the
yeah,
new dances,
so I know
crochet.
that
I'm gonna make my succulent.
okay. Yeah, gardening, like balcony gardens and all of that. Like we getting out cooking, baking. I want to learn how to make some cinnamon rolls. All right, I'm gonna
I
come
need
out
to
of
get a
there
new.
because
I
we'll be
need to get
down
a
there
new
for a
air
long
fryer because I
time.
want to make the bread. I want to make the banana bread.
Oh, it's so good and so easy. So
No.
yeah, so we'll have to put that on the docket for next time. I know something happened with voting, so I would like to give us a moment to be able to uplift that before we go into our asking auntie. So what's going on down to the voting situation?
So much. Um, so there's been a lot of talk around gerrymandering and redistricting. I can talk um, to set up for primaries and elections to make sure that people are actually represented where they live. And so we've had a couple states that have had elections stopped mid-election in order to redistrict and say, oh, well, no, we're going to use this old map that now pulls away these seats and representation in the middle of an election where they have actively been in hearings and unable to answer the question of what's going to happen with the votes that were already cast. Are they counted? Do we know where they are? Or do they need to vote again? Like, what's happening? Well, I don't know. We can't answer that. We don't have that response. Like, but we're just going to use this new map that doesn't give most of those people representation anyway, just so that the opposition can win their vote. And it's like it's all tied together. So when it happens for one, then it makes it easier in the next state when the Supreme Court says, hey, you know what? We saw what they did over there in Louisiana. We would like to do that. And then you'll see another state go, oh, like Alabama, say, oh, okay, you know what? Well, if we got rid of those votes, then we want to just get rid of the whole 14th Amendment. Like, why do we need that? Well, let's see. Interracial marriage, regular marriage rights, overall people counting as a whole person. There's just so many things that are tied to it. And yes, it is about voting. And we've consistently said we're not going to vote ourselves out of the situation that we're in. But the rights that are in these amendments are not just voting rights, but they definitely do impact voting. But they impact your citizenship. They impact whether if you're born in the United States, that you are a United States citizen. Like you actually belong here and can get rights and can have the supposedly inalienable rights that we all have that they're trying to strip away actively.
It
Which
wasn't
is
ever for us.
it wasn't. And the not funnier part is the people that are like, oh, DEI this, DEI that, and we had this conversation back when DEI was the conversation and being recalled. Is that is not just black. That is not just Hispanic. Like that is anything not white male. So white women, Asian women,
They
anyone
the worst
not white
ones.
male, like you are included in the same boat as us. Just because the proximity to the white male may be closer, you may feel there's this covering of protection. But overall, your actual rights to exist independent of them is tied to the 14th Amendment. You lose that. When he actively got on the news and said, we want to overturn the 14th Amendment. Because these other things passed, we feel like there is a path to get this overturned. We said this
And they
back
will.
and they will, back when there was a question of marriage equality and whether or not gay people could get married, and the conversation back then was made. If gay people aren't recognized, interracial relationships aren't recognized. Like they're tied together, y'all. It's all the same. When they said when they come for the least of us, they will come for the rest of us. That is what this is. When they're going after 1% of trans people, and we allow it to happen, we are next. Period. That's not fear. That's just accurate in what is happening. And it's consistently happening in our faces. So then that's the question of what's happening in your states, in your areas, in your community. that you're able to get out and get involved to come up with what's the new plan. That's why the title of the show is Why Are We Trying to Save a Burning Country? It's not about bringing America back or restoring America. The stuff that has been undone and changed, the time to fix that is gone. What is the new reimagined system that actually supports the people that are here appropriately? No one's saying nobody should be here. It's just, it should make sense. Like, there is no rightful ownership to this dirt. We're all here. We're all living here. How do we all live in this society together in a way that isn't harmed just by the color of our skin or when our ancestors got here or what boat they were on when they got here? Like, that's not how it should be defined. Yeah.
So I'm going to add, I'm going to rip the Band-Aid all the way off. So this ends, y'all know what this goes, slavery. Okay, so now that we accept that, that's what they're going for. And they're going to dismantle things until they do that. So how are we going to create safe communities to protect ourselves from what they want to try to do? Because that's where it's going. Okay, they've already stacked the courts. There is no justice in the courts. There's no justice in the voting. There's no justice in any of that. That's not where it lives. So it ends in slavery. Now that we accept that, okay, how do we get ahead of that? Because that is where it is going. Bishop Morton, Bishop Hollis Morton, PJ Morton's father, went down to talk to the people in Louisiana, and I just said, I get it that you got to like take a stand and make a speech and go on record and all that. They are not caring about anything that you're saying. And that's why I was even asking about the white boy. What's his name again? James. What's the white boy name? The
James Charles. James Charles.
Why would the expectation be for him to have any connection to humanity at all? They are evil. Like, these are people that are evil at their core, that do not care about humanity. They do not care how their actions are impacting other people. They do not see us even as people. So why are we taking our energy to try to convince them to be human when they are very clear that they don't give a shit? They don't care, and they're not going to care. So we running our blood pressure up trying to convince them to see us as human. They're not. Fuck them.
Right.
What are we doing to support us?
Right.
That's what I'm on. So it's a lot. So anyway, I'm sure in 2 weeks will be a lot more shit that's popping off, and we're gonna let y'all know because you need to know, and we don't know what news you are getting, right? So start researching and looking into things and asking yourselves about the different news sources that you are using and how you can get information so that you can make informed decisions about what is actually happening. And I'm gonna uplift again radical acceptance. Accept what is happening. Us pouring water on a skyscraper
massive fire
is not gonna do anything. Get the hell out the way and let that shit burn and fall the hell down. So yeah, we many people, not we, because I don't believe this, but many people are exhausting themselves trying to fight, save, and let me take fight out of that. Save, transform, reform. No. It has been created this way with intention.
Yes.
From the very beginning, right? And when we say the land, the indigenous people were the keepers of the land, and then they came and then they eradicated them by spreading diseases. So, like, because we know that's happening again, it's the same playbook, y'all, every time. We just have to honor that and move with that understanding instead of trying to convince ourselves of what should happen when should ain't got shit to do with what is happening. This is happening. So feel free to leave your comments. Feel free to disagree. Feel free to see things another way, but don't feel free to come over here with bullshit. Because when I tell you, I don't have no problem blocking nobody. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and move into our last segment, which is Asking Auntie.
What's your code switch name? Because that was funny.
I don't know. We got to name her. We
do, because she came in the room.
Asking Auntie, Asking Auntie is the segment where you all get to write into us and get advice from the aunties, us as aunties, and the other aunties that are here, and the unks that might be in the chat that are hanging out with us. So you can submit your letters for Asking Auntie by going to tinyurl.com/askinauntie. When you do that, please make sure that you give us some information about who you are, your age, your ethnicity, where you live, different things that can help us to contextualize what we're dealing with. So make sure you give us enough information for it to make sense. All right, so what's our submission for today?
So our submission for today is finally feeling like myself again. Is the title here, or signed by. So it says, Dear Aunties, I'm a 33-year-old semi-auntie. Welcome. And I feel a little embarrassed. Right? I feel a little embarrassed. Almost there, even admitting this out loud, but the conversations around another possible pandemic have been triggering something in me. The first time around wrecked me mentally. Not just the isolation, but the fear, the uncertainty, the doom scrolling, the constant bad news, the pressure to make the most of quarantine while quietly falling apart. I don't think I realized how much survival mode changed me until years later. And honestly, I just recently started feeling like myself again. I've worked hard for this version of me. Therapy, rest, boundaries, rebuilding routines, learning how to feel safe in my own mind again, finding joy again. I finally got to a place where I'm not waking up every day expecting disaster. So every time I see headlines about outbreaks, shortages, new viruses, or people arguing online about what's really happening, I can feel my nervous system trying to drag me right back to 2020. Part of me feels silly for being this affected. Another part of me knows I never fully processed how hard that time actually was. I keep asking myself, if something like that happened again, how do I protect my peace without pretending reality isn't real? Last time, I absorbed everything, every headline, every panic, every opinion, and I don't think I can survive another round like that mentally. How do you stay informed without spiraling? How do you prepare wisely without living in fear? How do you approach the possibility of hard times differently when you already know what it cost you the first time? Signed, finally feeling like myself again.
Thank you for that letter. And there's a lot in that. Whew, I felt that because that time was a lot. That I was just talking about that the other day. Bianca was talking about it the other day. That night, 2019, 2020 season and through COVID, that was a lot. And many of us did not process it properly. We did not get the support that we needed to understand that we had experienced a collective trauma and to really get the help to be able to process that. So you mentioned therapy, and I'm grateful that you have access to mental health support because that is incredibly important. And just side note, we're also working on a directory of mental health specialists that specialize in trauma because it really is a lot to process in combination with everything else that you might be carrying from life. So I wanted to name that. So how do you basically set yourself up for success without being re-triggered and all that? I definitely would say that a big part of it is going to be intentionally finding things that bring you joy. And we've been talking about that during this time. So the intentionality of giving yourself things that bring you out of that. So maybe it looks like setting up boundaries for yourself that you only get your news sources from a particular place. So maybe you have certain creators that you go and you get the news and you give yourself 30 minutes to get everything, and okay, you caught up, and now we off of that. Now we've got to turn that off. Now we got to do something to reconnect us back to our humanity and bring us joy. Community is also important in that, which is why we have the archive and why people are coming to be able to have a space to be able to process and be like, what the fuck, together also. So finding those communities where people are aligned with the way that you feel and the way that you're thinking about things, so you're not in spaces where you feel like you have to convince people about what is happening, that they already understand what is happening, and so y'all are moving accordingly and carving out the space to be able to support each other. I would also say your routines. The routines, I think a lot of times some of us can feel very adverse to routines and like, I want to do what I want to do type of thing. But our routines, whether that is meditation or journaling or your tea or your stretching and your yoga practice, or like whatever those routines look like, it's important for those to become like your North Star, for those to become the things like, this is what helps me be able to show up and not lose my shit. You know how people be like, don't talk to me until I have my coffee. Like, this is the hey, I got to have this to be able to come and do all that. So let me have this. You're going to have to figure out what those things are, right? So that might be 30 minutes of meditation in the morning. That might be going into your car to be able to sit and be with yourself. It might look like journaling. It might be just coming on and kikiing and having a good time and laughing in environments and not having to think about that stuff. So I'm going to pause there and hear what you have to say.
Well, I think first, it's what your mind is telling you, the memory of what happened where you were before. Your body remembers all of that, so there is some of that familiarity that starts to creep in, and it's like, oh, so now your brain goes, I know what to do in this moment, crash out. It's like, so then being able to kind of take the reins there and say, yes, this is something that is familiar to me, but I am not the same person that I was in 2020. I do now have the ability to experience this from a place of experience. I have tools. I can see what were the things that did cause me to spiral. Was doom scrolling something that helped me back then? Maybe it is limiting the time on your phone, because we are in a space where, whether or not the news is reliable or not, we have 24-hour access to it at this point. And that can be very overwhelming and destabilizing and keep you in that heightened, space that doesn't allow you to give your body calm and say, okay, like, reality, there's shit happening all the time. Like, there's anything, shit, measles came back, like, it's all around all the time. So we want to still keep those pockets of safety and calm to ourselves and say, okay, what can I do to set myself up? Limiting my, news consumption. If it's too much, know when to tap out. Identifying who are the people you can trust to speak about these things to, because the isolation is the part where the fear builds up and then your brain takes off. But if you're able to sit in community and be like, whew, that was a lot. Did y'all see that? Like, I can't do it. How are you coping? Maybe picking up some additional skills, because you can't always fix the brain, the problem with the broken brain. Like, the brain that is broken can't fix the problem. Sometimes you need the person outside of you. So to your point, therapy, community, like, those are all going to be big. And being able to talk through those losses, because again, many people lost people close to them during that time, and seeing how that comes back up into your nervous system will make a difference. I think Kim's piece about the routines, huge. And you get to decide what that looks like. And there's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer for what you need to do in order to protect yourself. And you get to be fiercely protective of that space. It's just trying to stay, like Kim said, as informed as possible without it overwhelming you and leading to that additional fear. But I definitely say lean on the experience that you did get from the first time around to be able to allow you to make plans to get you through any of the next things that could happen. Because those answers are pretty universal depending on these outside kind of influences. I think they
Mm-hmm.
can cover a lot of things.
Yeah, I wanted to highlight a couple comments from TD Toasty. One was remember to move your body and stretch your body. Movement is good for the body and mind. So, to the routines, being intentional about putting that in there. And then TD Toasty also said, and be careful of the space. Pay attention to how your body and spirit feel while you're searching for your space or for your community. That's how I got caught up in a cult, ignoring the signs. And so we're definitely creating space for TD Toasty to be able to tell her story about how that happened and what that looked like for her and warning signs and all of that. But to that point of honoring, like paying attention to the space and how you feel, that's why the work that I do is about reconnecting back to your body, because a lot of us are disconnected from our bodies and we've been ignoring warning signs about, or we don't even know what a safe person is or what that looks like and sounds like. So if that's something that you're feeling like you need to work on, again, that can happen with your mental health specialist. And then there we have Discover Your Destiny to work in support with that. As you learn how to set boundaries and to like to reconnect to your body, so your body can give you and your spirit can give you the signs that you need to know that this is a safe space and these are people that are looking to support me, not people that are looking to cause me harm. So please write back in if you have any additional questions or you want to do a follow-up. Also make sure that if you're watching this to watch the live chat, because there are things in the chat that people have said, and also feel free to leave comments in the comments of the video to be able to give advice towards this letter. Okay. All right, y'all. So that's it. Man, we had a good time down here today, huh? Man, it was so much to get through, but we are so deeply appreciative that you all really be rocking with us and really be supporting us and hanging out with us. So again, remember, you all are the toasties. You can always drop those emojis into the chat or in the comments or anywhere around. We want to invite you again to join us in the archive, where we have deeper connections and more opportunities to be able to connect and be in community with folks. Where can the people find you, Kalonda?
You can find me on Instagram at Kawana Bear, KAWANABEAR. You can also find me on TikTok at Content Kalonda, both with K's, KONTENT, KALONDA. I'm on Facebook, Kalonda Jackson, if you over there. You can also find me if you need assistance, either in your business or to help as a thought partner, follow up with strategic thought partnering with your business, then I can definitely help you with that. So you're not alone in going through that process, because you can't always vent to your employees because they're the ones stressing you the hell out. But come talk to me. You can get on my calendar at visionaryenetwork.com. You can also find my journal on visionaryenetwork.com. It's the Wildly Joyful Journal. That is version 1.
Cool. And so you can find me in the archive at patreon.com/mindingmybblackassbusiness. If you are interested in learning more about Discover Your Destiny, please go to dyd25.com. Again, the summer cohort is enrolling now. So if you feel like this is a vibe that you're picking up what is being put down, please do go to dyd25.com and let's get you scheduled for a conversation so we can see if things align. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Kimberland J. All right. Hey. All right. So the next time that somebody will be back here, Wednesday we'll have Just Ask Kim, and then Thursday we'll have co-working on TikTok, and then Saturday we'll be back with the next episode of The Frolicking Truth, and then next Sunday we'll have a new episode of So You Don't Put Syrup on Your Grilled Cheese. All right. We got a network, y'all. We got a network, y'all. So we'll see y'all next time. Love you all so much. Appreciate you so much. And